I have an on and off Thousand Suns bunch of minis. That's about it.
My brother.
It's
One
over.
after House Heart.
It's over.
Yep.
It's
Yep,
over.
yep.
I'm out.
Wait. Behold, Ahriman
Oh, here we
converted from Mephisto.
Get him out of here.
How's that too? Amazing.
I thought it was cool, Hal.
Tower
I thought it was
here.
cool.
My brother, I've been moved. It is cool.
Get him out of
Ahriman
here.
Mephisto.
Go away!
Oh, he's gone again. No.
Damn.
Hell, I
That's a
paint good.
shame.
I know how to paint.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Lorecrimes.
Hey!
Thursday night. And we got a
Everybody.
special guest. Who's this? Who's this fella in the middle? Who's this guy? Who are you?
I'm a guest. I don't know about special, but
Oh,
hi.
you're special to us.
This is
looking good.
for the law criminals. He maybe doesn't need an introduction because obviously, founding member of Adeptus Ridiculous. From what we guys will probably know from the Warhammer side of it. From what I recall as well, War particularly got the fame from Warframe. I remember. And
Oh wow, you're really
Yeah.
using the Wayback Machine.
yeah. DK though is someone who, for the uninitiated, which would be crazy, is someone who online people have seen literally go from a beginner to an expert in Warhammer lore. He's been doing the Adeptus Ridiculous podcast for a few years now. Obviously, fantastic trendsetters, absolute goated podcast, and he's here today because we thought he's been living it up too much. He's enjoyed this level of respect amongst the community for too long, and therefore we have decided to rank who has the best feat in Warhammer, and who better to bring along than DK. I'm so sorry, bro, but welcome to the channel, and obviously feel free to give all the opinions. I just noticed Colin changed his subtitle link. Would you like to read that out, Colin, for the audio listeners?
Feet. Lick them, suck them, put them into my mouth.
Yeah, baby.
That is something you can do. with them.
It's like
Boil them, mash them,
potatoes,
stick them in a stew. That's the same cadence right there. Blimey.
That's the idea.
that's the joke.
I will admit, I suggested this idea. I suggested it with saying who has the worst feet. I was corrected. Colin said, no, Colin, you came in and said, no, full send it.
No,
rank 'em by the
what I
best."
said was commit to the bit. I didn't bring the bit up.
Who's worse? The guy who suggested the feat tier list or the guys who showed up to the feat tier list?
You, because I gave an alternative and you didn't say anything.
Oh, there was another option, and you still picked feet.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
All we need to remember
Crazy.
is Hal came up with the idea. Hal made the thumbnail and put in big, bold yellow letters, feet. I'm just going to assume that's what we're talking about if that's the way
Listen.
we're going. So I made this tier list.
I given the
But he
people
was the
what they
instigator.
wanted. We've had comments about this since like day one. So we're giving the people what they want. Should the degeneracy begin now? I'm already
Okay.
dreading the comments. I'm dreading them. But who is
Air
this?
So
quotes.
we're going to start off with
And it's just a
an
mirror.
Adric classic. It's an Adric classic to start us off. Who's this Bricky? Who's Bricky? Who's this DK?
That's
Brilliant.
the lady of the lake.
Oh,
That's an
yeah.
S tier. That's an S
S
tier
tier.
thumbnail.
Totally S
right
tier.
there.
Clean.
Has to be
Yeah.
S tier.
Yes.
Very clean.
That's Bretonian.
Is
lore.
there more of a
It has
perfect
to
woman
be
in the
an S,
Warhammer
right?
universe? I don't think
Are
so.
they fake
Look.
though? She's not even
Shush
real.
you. Shush you.
No,
Away with
that's-
you, non-believers.
She's the elf, so she's fine. It's the rest of them that are garbage.
Oh, the human.
wow.
Colin hates Bretonian.
No, she's the elf. That's Lilith.
Mhm.
Oh, you hate them with
Hmm.
burning passion, don't you? The Bretonians. I
I
mean,
can.
I don't. The reason I don't want to put it in S though is surely there must be better than that. Surely.
What do you mean?
Elf
A
goddess.
goddess? An actual goddess? You're telling me her feet aren't that
Oh, fair
great?
enough. Fair enough. Fair enough. All right. I got man. The strong justification from the boys came in.
It's getting heated, and we're on the first one. This is crazy.
No.
All I can say is I'm not really into feet, but I'll just say like they look clean at least, so that's good. I think that's good.
Clean and well-drawn, yep.
This is the dark elf or dark.
This is
elf-
Ivrain,
Dark Eldar, I mean. Okay,
daughter
so
of
I'll find her.
Calves, I guess.
Gilliman's wife.
Yes.
Surely she can't
she's
make it
painted
into
him.
S tier because her character would mess it up somehow in the books. The books would mess it up somehow.
I mean, all I'm saying is I appreciate
least
she has a
one
lot going
tier.
on looking. She has a lot going on looking for the crone swords, but I appreciate that she still had the time to paint her nails on her off time. So, like, surely that gives special consideration.
A
Can it-
tier.
I
is
think it's the
acceptable.
accessorizing that's really putting it into S tier. For me. You know, with the little legging foot wrap thing.
It is pretty nice.
What is
She's
that
a classy
called?
lady.
Can I argue going down to A because she walks barefoot everywhere and therefore
Yeah, it's probably nasty.
Oh, that's true.
She
part of
floats.
the
She
hype.
has to walk through like
That's part
imagine
of the
walking through
enjoyment.
Kamara.
Part of the
knows what
fun, Hal.
entails just stepping in or
I'm already-
demon stuff. I don't know. She's just doing. Hold on. She ran through the garden of Nurgle with bare feet.
That's crazy.
Oh, what's going on? That's crazy.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
no.
Oh,
We can't be taken anywhere.
Yeah.
That was not enjoyable.
I haven't cleaned my mic out in a while. That was a lot of dust I just got for that.
Serves you
What
right.
you get.
Yeah.
Those feet have seen Komara as well. I mean,
It's this Qatari thing.
Yeah, that's just that's a
This is
what?
an infiltrator. This is a
Yeah.
Sicarian
It's
infiltrator.
deep, bro. It's
The-
just-
Yeah.
You don't like metal feet?
can I ask?
Not even any
approach-
flesh on those. Come on.
we should have clarified this. Is good like sexy or is good functional?
I
Oh,
think
that's
you know.
fair.
I
How
think
are
Well,
we
you
if
gonna
know.
it's
say?
just functional,
I
then
think
that's
you
the
know.
most one because that's an augmentation. But no, come on,
I'm only here
you know
for the
what we're
function.
doing here.
I don't
You know
get
what
nothing
we're
out of
doing
feet.
here.
So
Stop
I'm like-
trying to hide it, Hal. This is your brainchild.
I'm not even hiding it. I just
Right.
realized I'm not up to speed with everyone
I'm
else.
just saying, look at the torque on that joint. You can jump pretty high with them things, surely. That's like,
Yeah, but
boing.
this isn't about functionality. This is
Fine.
not about functionality.
all right, Eli,
No
are
one's
you
paying
attracted to
$5
this
for that
foot?
one, right?
No,
Are you
no, I'm
attracted
not
to-
attracted
oh.
to that foot.
Not even with like, what are these bits that stick out the top? I don't know
No,
what that is.
no, I don't think so.
joints.
Joints?
What?
God. I'm happy with it being in D because clearly this is the lowest
I-
form of sexy.
Hang on a minute. Am I looking at a Jokero further down the line?
Yeah, he's making it.
Yeah, yeah. Give it time. Give it time.
But that is
I
later.
will
Okay.
say, I was the one who made this list. It was actually surprisingly difficult to find feet pictures. But one thing I have done is I have done very few booted feet because if it's just like a Space Marine shoes, who cares? It's a shoe. It's not a foot. We're looking for what resides in the foot, with a couple of exceptions, only like 2. So yeah,
Lord
we're not
forgive me.
a big fan of
Oh yeah.
the Omnissiah's foot. We're not a
No.
fan.
This shit is not going to look good at the pearly gates, bro.
All right,
I don't-
pop quiz. Whose foot is
I don't
this?
actually know.
Anyone know?
It almost
Undead as
My
hell.
guess is Sigmar, but
No.
man's
Oh,
got
this
his
is a
bloody
lady
Jesus of
cloud.
Nazareth on
Like
though.
gray.
This is a lady's foot.
what?
Oh.
yo.
It ain't looking so
Right,
good.
wanna
I
know-
thought that was a zombie.
Do you want to know who? Do you know
Yeah.
who it belongs to?
Who?
Who does this belong to? This belongs to Saint Sabat of the Sororitas. So she
Oh,
has
wow.
died, so that's fair enough.
Oh,
Maybe
her.
that's why it
Ah.
looks a bit
A
withered.
little bit of
But
necro.
living
going on
saint-
there.
I don't think I've seen this art before. I'm gonna look it up.
Could someone, for the lore reason,
Yeah.
explain more about this character? Because I'm a bit unfamiliar.
It's a living saint. It isn't Celestine.
She's the living saint
Oh,
of
I
the
see.
Sabat Crusade. There's your lore drop.
Oh, like Gorn's
Uh,
Ghosts. Yeah, like
yeah,
that stuff.
yeah.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
this actual art looks really cool. Actually, it looks like a Magic
Hmm.
the Gathering card.
This model
Yeah,
is
she has some
pissing
cool
me
art.
off,
There's only like
that's-
2.
Does she have a model? No, I guess it's a conversion. Probably.
No, it's someone converted
Yeah.
Yndrasta from Age
I
of
have-
Sigmar.
Mm.
Cool.
I'm staring at this too long, guys. We really need to put this in.
It's
All
gotta
right.
be. Probably C or B tier. Like, it's better
Is
than
it-
the
It is, in
Admech
fact,
one,
a human-
surely.
Withered for my liking.
I don't know if
it's
it's better
kind
than
of
the
skeleton.
Admech one because that looks like it's got some
I-
stank on
Yeah,
it.
it looks decayed.
But at least it's foot.
At least the Admech one is just like, oh yeah, maybe it smells like rusted metal or something. Like,
Smells like WD-40.
Fine,
Amazing.
fine.
Yeah, this one is off-putting.
mhm.
Okay.
This next one
like
like
lubricant.
one of the newer Nurgle
Okay.
models.
Sloppity bile piper.
Yeah. All right.
I beg your finest pardon. Go on.
I
hate
forget
new
about
Death
that
Guard.
thing.
Bile
I hate
Piper.
new Death Guard. Oh my gosh.
Is
He's
this
a
a
silly
That's
little
not
guy
from
with
Death
back-
Guard.
It's
That's Age of
Nurgle. I
Sigmar.
know. Okay. I think you can bring
Scottish
Nurgle
Nurgle
demons
demon.
for 40k works, I guess.
This is Scottish
Bile
Nurgle
Piper.
demon. Right, this.
It has
Nurgle's
bagpipes.
Nurgle's
dude.
downfall must be studied.
Can we please
What up, big
not have
fan?
that in B?
Right.
It has to be C just for the guy's name, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Sloppity Piper.
It kind of
my
implies that you're gonna
favorite-
be sucking on his toes almost. Is just his name alone. So
While he plays the bagpipes. What is there? That's like worse than death. That's terrible. Imagine that.
Speaking of
Oh.
worse than death, though.
Speaking of worse, I'm gonna put this right at the bottom to start with. That's a great unclean one's like Toesy
Thoughts.
it's got a
Woesies.
lot. It's a lot of
Not a-
volume. It's a lot of
and-
volume.
It
Yeah,
has
well,
elephantitis.
Too much girth in them toes.
it has
Ooh.
character.
Yeah, if you're into that, it's a lot of bang for your buck for sure. but-
Yeah.
Have anyone,
Nah.
DK, are you familiar with the Great Clean One?
I have been tortured by that picture for many a month. Yes.
Yeah. Although before you guys got in, we referenced that, and I said to DK, "Yeah, ultimate Brexit geezer, like the miniature."
You know, there's
Sharky.
there's a mod for the Great Clean One for Total Warhammer.
Of course
Oh,
there is.
no.
Of
You can
course there
see
is.
it in
Oh,
glorious
no.
3D animation.
Oh, this is
Shark,
degeneracy.
Shark Boardmere says, "Think of all the cheese." And I think if you're hungry, and you need sustenance,
Shut
or if you're a Nurgle worshiper, I feel
There's more yeast than cheese in
Like,
that.
if you're arguing to
concoction,
put this
I'm not a
higher
fan.
in the D tier, I don't. My respect is waning.
like
That's not cheese. That's
I
the
have-
whole
there's no
congealed
respect for me
dairy.
anyway.
I'm not a fan. Not a fan.
Can it please stay there, please, for the
No.
love of God?
fine, fine.
Yeah, it's saying that I'm not moving that. I'm not doing it.
Dante's
um,
A tier. surely.
Dante foot. He's got golden toes.
Although
Well, you don't know what the toes look like. You know what the boot looks like. That's a
that
fancy
armor-
boot.
that
but
armor
what's
might not
inside?
move that often. Those feet might be pretty sweaty.
Obviously,
They do contain a geriatric man's foot. So
Yes.
Yeah, dude,
Like,
he's like 1,000 years old.
Probably B tier.
yeah, like
Just 'cause-
you know that thing where like you go into an old person's house and it smells of cabbage. It's like even worse if it's a space.
I don't know about cabbage. I know old
Does-
person smell, but I don't know about cabbage.
that is a fair point, though. There is old person smell amongst Dante.
Yeah.
And also,
Probably B
a
tier.
weird thing about Dante, like in his books, it mentioned, Arcs of Omen. It mentions that he, like, when he meets a lion, it references his black hair. He hasn't even gone grey yet, which is crazy.
That's
So it
Contrary to
might-
all the artworks that's ever been depicted of him.
Yeah, like what I'm saying is, boys, it may not be as bad as we initially
True.
think.
True.
It could just be like this dude has technically had a really bad.
Are
40s.
you wait? Are you just saying maybe he's born with it? Maybe it's devastation above. Like,
no.
just for Dante, the new
Yeah.
serum for your hair.
He's probably broken
I'll
his
be
legs
damned.
a few times. It's not.
Oh, yeah.
It's the Space Marine is gigantism. I'm really thinking too much about this. Just can we please just leave it? In? Like,
All right. Fan service time. It's Lelith's feet.
Oh,
Look at that.
Yes.
Even a little bit of
Come on.
booty
I
at the very
mean,
top of the picture.
Yes.
His foot.
Yeah, it's
Come
got to
on.
be ARS, right? If
Come
it's
on.
Lilith, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right, but here's a
she's
question.
not better
Here's
than
a
the
question.
lady. She's not better than the lady.
Oh, well, here begins the debate, right? So somehow this gal levitating everywhere, pristine foot, this
Mhm.
gal trudging through Comora, and yet not a speck of dirt. Look at immaculate. How does she do it?
Ah,
Discuss.
Magic, surely.
do we think
magic.
people
Plot.
have paid to be killed by those feet?
100% in
Without
common.
Absolutely.
I guarantee
Yeah.
it.
Yep.
What do you mean? Yeah. Dark Eldar. Of course they were
That's
paid to
probably one
die.
of the more tame ways
Whoa.
that she's killed someone.
Yeah.
Well, fun fact: in the lore, it's stated that she has like
Yes.
concealed blades, like on her feet, on her elbows. So like they've killed tons of people with like little bladies that go between or on the tips. And then she's like, "I'm bored of this. I'm just going back to daggers." Like, fair enough.
Does that
Um,
improve that for you guys?
No. No.
All right, here's a question: can she sign her
comment.
signature with her toes?
Oh, surely.
100%.
Are they that
Probably,
articulate?
probably, yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I bet
Could
most
she write-
Dark Eldar could, right? Come on.
Could she
Yeah.
write a
Oh.
book with those toes?
The
Yeah,
poor
I think
Discord's
DK's
gonna
right. I
go
think
Lilith
crazy.
has
it's
practiced.
probably good.
Yeah.
The Discord's gonna go crazy with the quote
Sorry.
for tonight.
Right, the deceiver.
That's too good of a comment not to post this army foot.
Oh,
Amazing.
Jake Thornton also did a good one. If you see that one, Andy, he said,
Oh no.
"I can, I can fix her feet."
Oh my gosh.
Oh,
Just her
bruh.
feet.
well.
Wow.
S tier. Next
I
one is
know.
S tier. Next one is S tier.
I'm just
Hey,
gonna say,
hey,
can I do that?
Hey,
Because
hey,
I
hey!
get she's an elf who floats, but like
She's
more
a
impressive,
goddess.
surely.
She's a goddess.
That's a
She's a
god.
divine being.
And Lilith's a
don't
more
care.
interesting character. Lady of the Lake is just like, oh, hey, look, we took the Lady of the Lake lore from.
Alright, you know,
mixed
I
it
was
around.
kinda speaking.
Dante's
He's
an
kinda
interesting
spitting.
character,
He's
but I don't want to
spitting.
suck his toes.
Yeah,
Eli
but I
had-
think
alright, good comeback.
objectively, I think honestly though, Lilith has done more with her feet than the Lady of the Lake ever did. So I feel
Easy.
like that should be.
But in a way, that's better though,
What?
because
Yeah.
in places you don't want to.
They're not used.
They've been invect.
Not,
Oh no!
we don't know
Literally?
that how
And
your
Andy
fan
once
fiction is
again
getting
is
in the way
tyrannical.
again.
Is tyranny
Therefore, they
knows
are
no bounds.
worse.
Where the deceiver is S tier.
Alright,
What?
this is the
What?
deceived, but
S tier.
Can
He's
we, at
also
least,
a god.
can we
He's a
read
god
out the
being.
names before we just
it's metal.
It's
This is the
necrodermis.
deceiver.
Actually, it's living metal.
Shut the fuck up, nerd.
It's gold. Have you
I
seen this
mean-
dude? He's handsome.
Boys, opinion. We rated the Mechanicus one pretty low down in D, but now we've gone back to metal, and for some reason,
But this is an
where
actual foot.
metal has come back up
It's
again.
an actual foot. And it's living metal. It's a biological thing.
Dude, he looks like a banana.
I'm not say that about him.
It does, yeah.
Unbelievable.
The model is old.
But
The model's
But
awesome.
you'll never have a foot injury if it's made of necrodermis.
And he also floats everywhere.
That's pretty cool. And he floats
And he
everywhere.
can
so he
change
doesn't
his
even need 'em.
form. He
Might as
can
well-
change his form.
Will it taste
Even
of
worse,
metal?
means he chose to look like a banana.
I'm sure
I
he
like the
uses his
idea,
Catan
Eli.
powers to make his feet taste different.
I
Just
like the
saying.
idea that he goes to like a trainer shop and they're like, "What size are you?" And he's like, "What size do you want me to be?" He's like, oh, why do you have to make it weird? I'm just trying to sell you shoes.
I don't
hate
know.
that one
what
of
to
our
believe.
critiques so far is, yeah, but what does it taste like for the don't like that.
What is the flavor?
If it has a metallic twang, though,
Alright.
that's negative.
All right, as an impartial observer, DK, where would you put this? Foot?
Probably high C.
It's over.
I
It's
see.
over.
Yeah,
This is-
probably
this
high
is
C, edge of B. Yeah, sorry.
This is
Deceiver.
door to door with. Sorry, what was his name? The Nurgle guy. Was-
Sloppity
Yeah,
bile
surely.
fiber.
Sure, this is better than the sloppity bile popper.
He is. Look, he's
He's
one ahead.
barely.
Yeah.
The same
Yeah, but
caliber.
have you heard how great his name is? You've got to give him
Oh my
credit.
God.
I don't want to. Never mind, I don't
I'd
wanna
suck
say
the
that
deceiver's
sentence.
toes 1,000 times before I had to suck the
No.
sloppity bile popper's toes. Okay.
So would
Wow,
I.
we
but
are
that's
learning
only
something
one
about
criteria.
you every second this thing goes on.
I know you probably had the opinion like, oh, these guys like they talk about law all the time. They're law channels. They know law. This is not. This is the misuse of our
This
power.
is
Once-
culture shock.
Once
DK.
again, Hal,
Oh,
I
great-
gave an alternative.
with great power comes great misuse of responsibility. Oh, man.
All right. Are you guys
Well,
familiar
then,
with the scourges of Drukhari? They're like
Mhm.
the messengers, and their feet have transformed into like
Oh,
whatever this is.
yeah. They were in the
It's like-
Lilith Hesperag's book,
Mhm.
and they were like,
Yeah.
"Oh yeah, they're just messengers," and aren't they like
Mm.
actually like decent soldiers too, or something?
They're cool.
They tend to like grab people who are being a pain from the streets, and they drop them on the spikes of like the towers for fun. But you're not allowed to kill them because they're so valuable as messengers, so it's a crime to harm them. And yeah, they're weird, but I think they're kind of cool as well. But because of their mutated body, they have like
Yeah,
this is
I'm
all
not
that's
a fan
left.
of that. I'm not a fan
Big
of that.
nail.
That's
Look
a
at that.
D
Oh,
for me. That's a D for me.
That's a D.
not a
In
fan.
fact, I don't think it's even a foot, really. So this is a poser.
Oh,
It
look
is
at
a
Hal coming out with the
challenge.
discrimination. Yes,
Yeah,
again.
the
true
bug
to
foot
form.
wasn't doing it for me.
The avian
Is
foot,
this a Vespid?
crow foot.
Is this a Vespid coming up?
It's
Oh,
functional,
this-
though. I mean,
This is the foot of Caradruark,
Oh.
the
Ooh.
what they call the guys who are scary from the Drukhari.
All of them.
You know how little that narrows it down.
The teleporting ones. The ones who
What's it?
teleport. The
The shadow guys.
no.
Oh,
Yeah, the ones with swords.
Mandrake.
Mandrakes. Yeah, he's like king of the mandrakes. He's
Oh.
got look at those spiky toenails. What's going on there?
Oh man, that's
Not a fan.
Which is
yeah.
isn't it
I
normal
don't.
models.
not a
Don't they have normal feet though? The models.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they do.
I mean, that is a. Oh,
See,
is that segmented? Like, what is going on there?
it seems to be protruding a bit more than it should.
I like that less than a lot of the more disgusting one.
Yeah, that's a weird one. Don't mandrakes also ask for like really weird shit as payment?
Yes, they do.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
depending
Yeah.
on
Like the
depending on
whisper of a
how
promise or something is what they want. It's like, what's wrong with
Or-
you?
A fart in the
the
wind.
senior ones are like, give me the heart of a dishonest judge of the RBTs. It's like, ooh,
Yeah, they're
good one.
weirdos. I'm like, I
Let's
might
see
want to
what
play
that's
this
gotta- that
beat
one's
because I don't
gotta be.
want one coming after me.
Have you anyone read
Hmm.
the horror book with the noble who has like they have a mandrake basically in their own basement in their oubliette and they make deals with it and stuff and that
Oh.
goes
I've not
terribly
read
wrong.
that.
That goes as well as you could hope for.
Mhm.
Yup.
By the way, we've got a ton of donations. Should we get
Oh,
through
yeah,
those
we'll
now?
just probably
Yeah.
get through, yeah.
Thank you, chat. As
So
always.
start off with Donkey Man USA. Stream on time because Hal finished gooning. Yes, he
Wow.
did.
Well, it's-
Every-
he's
every
probably on
stream.
time because that's what he's doing right now. With
You can't see below the camera
Yeah,
line.
he was able to save
Check,
the
everyone.
because of the viewers. Yeah, he's got all the content he needs.
Wow.
Oh dear.
Shark Bournemere,
I'm gonna pull
1074.
up the fairest dongus bongus. No, that is unrelated to the subject at hand.
Mm.
But for context,
Wow.
it was discussed that you could turn Ferris Manus into a bong.
DK, can we introduce you to the next dono if you can see it? Because this is a legend of the Lorecrimes chat.
That name.
Veteran of the chat.
Kabonda's mighty schlong of Cygnus. Wow.
Yes.
It's a
Bravo.
banging name.
Mm, mm,
Yeah.
mm.
Thank you for the
You could have brought
$5.
Eric from Warhammer. He was right there. Has he got a notorious like thing?
Does he like feet? Does Eric like feet? Is that what
You
you're
know,
saying?
let's just say he does. Sure, why not? It might not be true, but it's the
Why not?
internet. Who cares?
Now he does.
Oh, Commander saying I'm not seeing any hoof representation. There be hoofs.
Yeah, there's some.
Some
Have
hoofers,
patience.
as they say.
There's a metal one.
Hoof it.
Main
that's to say,
event
yeah.
Virgil. Thank you for the 5 European monies. Feet people are the lowest form of sentient life. How? DK, I know you'll forget you did this podcast 5 minutes after it's over, but have fun regardless.
Hell yeah! I am actively forgetting it minutes after we talk, so don't worry.
I'm forgetting it as it happens. Amazing.
Oh, Colin, do you want to do this one?
Well, oh, sure. Hello, gentlemen. Hello, DK. Apologize, but I must curse you all over the stupid thought that came to me. She gork on my morgue until it started crumping.
Huge. Huge.
Nice.
Thank you for the $10
Nice.
Spartan Project.
Uh,
Incoming backup. Thank you for the 15 shekels. Boingob, man jumped so close to the sun, he got rotisserie chicken. Is that where it was? Yeah. That's
Oh, yeah,
him.
DK,
I'm
are
sure
you
he's eating a
familiar-
nice toasty-
Oh, are we spreading Boing Gob more?
are you familiar, DK, with the lore of from Age of Sigmar, Boingob?
I have not touched Age of Sigmar yet, so I do not know Blinkop.
Well, he's
We-
We didn't even know
Colin,
this.
please would you ingratiate our guest
He's,
with the Holy Father?
he's the dad of every squig, and he died when he tried to eat the sun. And when we
Nice.
learned about
He did.
this, I don't know why, but we laughed for like 15 minutes straight. I couldn't
And
breathe.
now he's our patron saint.
That is
Yeah.
that is the most squig thing you could do, I think.
He was a
Mm.
ginormous squid as well. He tried to jump between realms and he died for our sins.
Yeah.
So,
Documan USA, thank you for the $2. Skatari foot job.
You definitely need WD-40 for that to do it safely.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
oh no. Danger till for 50 SEK. The one live stream I managed to tune into. Feet widely like this.
Oh man, bad luck.
Hal,
Are we?
Okay, never mind.
this one's for me. Shark Boardmere, thank you for the $5. Colin's gonna Marathi's toes so hard they'll lose coloration. Also, happy
Wow.
birthday, Colin. It's been
Happy
5
birthday,
months.
Colin.
It's
Happy
still
birthday,
not his
Colin.
birthday.
Colin, it's your birthday every week. Just,
This
that's
is his
how it is.
birthday. Oh wow.
Oh my. Okay,
It's not
glass
my
laughter.
birthday.
Andy is the most kind and nice person in the 40k community. Aw, Eli, you inspire me to take my physical health seriously. Yay. Colin, Hal, your dedication to your videos is amazing and
That's
drives me to
crazy.
go such heights in my own words.
Thank you.
Wow,
Thank you
that was
very-
a lovely comment.
Thank you very much.
And
for
thank you
coming
so much for
on.
your support.
Also,
Really
I was reading that
appreciate
too
it.
quick, and I thought that comment said, "Eli, you inspire me to take my mental health seriously." I was like, "Damn,
That's
that's Jesus."
To be
Yeah.
fair, Eli is bodybuilder, so he is hench. He is strong. It's very
Thank you so much,
Colin.
$20. Colin will wear a green hat in 3 weeks. Colin will wear a
This
green
is a
hat
hell
in
of a
3 weeks.
channel name.
Oh, it's counting down now.
It is counting down.
Thank you for the
Colin.
5 Europeans. If DK got an 8-house Rao cares quote from an Adric episode, he'd start saying his true name, but on the last syllable overcorrects and says it's Scarbrand. That's a lot of words. But I know what
don't
you're
know.
talking about, and I actually have that model. I have him. I got
Oh,
him
wow.
from China Cast. He's a really big bird,
Oh wow.
Lord of Change guy.
Verb. Fair enough.
Oh, well,
If I'm thinking of the right one, I'm pretty sure I'm thinking of the right one.
Parker Sumlin for
You.
$4.99. Never in my life have I ever thought that this would be a subject covered on Law Crime. What do you
I
mean?
didn't either.
Ditto.
I've been
Did.
begging for
He's
this
one
for
of-
months.
Come up with it. Yeah, and also we
Oh,
got a Warhammer foot fetishing live stream before GTA 6. Thanks, Parker.
Yeah, baby.
Alright, before
it's
Elder
Hal's
Scrolls
fault.
6.
Blame Hal.
You can
Blame Hal. It's his fault.
you know that betting website where you can bet on things happening in the real world? You can bet on the return of Jesus Christ happening before GTA 6, and it's like 50-50.
My word.
Wow.
Uh,
Zarl
What the
Dunking,
hell?
thank you for the 89 DKK. Andy's FBI agent is on a watch list after he made the tier list. Yes, sir. And I'm sure his
Oh, yeah.
agents enjoying our live.
do the FBI investigate people outside of the US?
Yeah,
That sounds more like the
CIA.
CAA. I think that's more like the CAA.
Oh,
They're really
Look at
good
me
at
getting
setting up
hung up on the
foreign
details.
governments and terrorists, Anyways,
And there was a
coffee grounds.
coffee grounds for snorting. A member for 14 months. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
There's a lot I want to ask, mostly variants of why.
Because why not?
Yeah.
Why?
Wow.
True.
Another one.
Oh wow.
Thank you.
Yeah, coffee grounds for snorting for another $5. Are we judging what we can do with the feet or just the feet in
what do
general?
you and Hal now? What do you mean? What you do with them? You walk. What?
I think he means more than that, Colin.
We'll tell you when you're older. Sorry, DK. I'm going home. Boys, I expected better. Thanks, Angry Homunculus.
Sorry, Angry
Damn,
Homunculus.
just a
Thank you for the
disappointed
pink-
dad comment. Oh no.
Yeah, basically.
Pinky
Pinky
Prime.
Prime.
Even
Uh,
$2.
Pun.
This is getting
pun.
Adeptus ridiculous.
How often do you get that, like DK in comments of like, this is getting ridiculous? Is it quite a lot?
Brother, I
No,
used
no.
to use that in episodes on the daily.
He is the number one crime
Yep.
perpetrator. The pun perpetrator. Gamoff draws for 5. When ranking PK GFs, Eric immediately said, "Step on me," when Lelith Hesprax came on screen.
Oh, that's
I
awful.
will.
Ah.
That's where the joke comes from.
Mhm.
Very nice.
Uh,
Terrible name. Thank you for the $10 and the squirrel pic on our screen. Off topic, but I'd
Squirrel.
like to think that while Conrad Kurz was active on Nostromo, its citizens, those fortunate enough to own vehicles, use their turn signals quite diligently.
Dude,
Yeah, it's a good
execute
Hell yeah.
people that
Mm.
don't use a turn signal. Just kill them.
Perfect
He probably
explanation.
did.
Listening while I work on a cosmic horror story, Colin looks like he
I'm
drinks
gonna-
Malo
I'm gonna
like
kill
a
you.
fish.
Thank you for the $5.
Romulus.
Lord, for it.
Thanks for the 5.
No.
My word. My
Tom
word.
Warren.
Only a couple left.
Thank you for the $2.
for it.
The FBI does investigate international crimes. So there you go.
Thank you, Tom.
Oh, well.
The FBI 's
How do
coming.
you know?
Oh my lord.
I
Thank you,
guess I don't
Shalaxy.
know how we would know.
Thank you. Thank you. very
Colin,
much.
I think there's a mention of you in this.
Yeah, there is a mention of me in. Thank you, Shalaxy's wettest gripper.
Oh no.
Can't stay for the surely blessed stream. Wanted to thank y'all for the great work and sheer tomfoolery. At least it starts off nicely. Thank you.
It does.
Laughter really is medicine, and it helps me cope, see, mauled, and see my condition. I hope you're feeling
Oh, how
okay.
you feeling, all right, man?
Also, Collins Mpreg
Yeah.
is nothing to Eli musty boring the cast.
Okay.
Oh no.
Thank you
I
very
don't know
much.
what that means.
Chillax is what is scripted.
I do not want to research what that means.
Love
No.
you. Vor,
Alright,
it's when you
next
eat,
one,
when you
Andy.
eat people, Andy.
All right, priestess.
I noticed we
priestess
still have
of,
a full line left. Oh my god.
yeah. Priestess of Moray Heg. Foot.
What?
Death foot. Foot
Oh,
of death.
it looks average.
It's
You
just a
know,
It's
foot.
just a
it
foot.
is
You know
indeed
what?
a foot.
That is
It's
a
kind
bit
of
fair.
dirty though. Yeah. See. Yeah.
It's not
Is
metal
D
foot.
bad? We have nothing in B. Apparently, there's no
I would say
average
C
foot.
is-
Yeah,
See, it's
You know what?
Shut
So
up.
that shouldn't be because it's
Yeah,
not a
it's totally
deceiver and
it's
it's not whatever
it's-
the hell the ball piper's got. It's
Thing is, this picture also, when you zoom out, it's like she has that kind of like girl from The Ring thing going on with like pale white hair. It's like this is probably the nicest part of her appearance. It's just like, oh, that's a normal foot, and then you zoom, it's like, horror movie. Oh no,
This is an arcoflagellate. I know this exact
I
picture.
know. It's art.
It-
Yeah.
How did you do that, Eli? How did you do
Damn.
Because
that?
I have this
not the
picture.
first
What
time
gave
I've
it
seen
away?
her foot, man.
On an arcoflagellant, especially, like Eli, what are you up? What's going on?
Now that
You okay?
that is a
This is
foot that
a
has
good
seen
picture.
that's been someone running on concrete.
Yeah, it's a
40
nasty foot.
years.
Yeah, that's
It's a
not
nasty
great.
foot.
I almost think that belongs in D with the other like gnarly.
Okay, it is
grippers.
not worse than the
It
Nurgle.
can't be. Surely this is in
here.
between.
Maybe a
metallic
little
foot.
better than undead Saint foot, right?
I can't believe this.
How is pus nodule foot like better
Yeah.
than mechanical foot?
Because
Because
he's
the
a
name of the
guy.
thing-
Relatively clean.
Bec-
Like, look at that. It
bec-
looks like they take care of it at least.
Yeah.
This is
He's
only
just green.
because the only reason this is here is because the name of the character is Sloppy
Yes,
File
I
Piper.
did say
That
that.
too, yeah. That's,
Bro, that's a foot. That's a
only
foot. You smell the foot before you see it.
So,
Oh,
Speaking
no.
of smell the foot before you see it, what's this? What's this?
Oh, this is a what's
It's
it
a
called?
I got good.
The not the slaw.
Harad.
Yeah, Harad.
Crazy.
Yeah,
Ooh.
time dilating foot.
I did a few years ago when I was
Mojo
doing
reference.
a video. I was trying to get an artwork commissioned of Barabas Dantiok, who's the Iron Warrior in the Horus Heresy, who like betrayed Perturabo, and then my boy died. Spoilers. But he's one of the few people who actually like fought Hrud, and obviously like being around them, they like make you age really quickly. And they used to be the Skaven, didn't they? Like an original. They just had copy and paste Skaven. And now they look like oily, and I think they said they smell like dead fish or like something. And then they have they're like oily bones that like they can fuse into
Day
different
old
shapes.
mackerel skin.
Hey, look, foot shop's so good it aged me 50 years.
Well, all I was gonna say, like, if ever you said like to a crowd, step on me, you would age 50 years. Quite literally. That's not great.
I remember.
I'm
Who,
not a
who
fan.
looks at a Hrud and is like, yeah, yo, step on me, daddy?
Oh,
Like,
there's bound,
They're ugly.
there's
They're
bound to be
ugly.
some on DK. We've been on
Like-
DK long enough to know there's weird people out there.
yeah,
They-
but like,
like their whole
can you
body.
bring up a picture of the Hrud? Like, who's
Their whole body looks like a foot.
Yeah.
Can I remind you guys? Trazen the Infinite has a collection of. He hates the Hrud because they have warrens. It's what they call their little nests. They have warrens, and they keep burrowing into other parts of the museum he has on like Solemnace. So Trazen hates them, and they live like
Hmm.
they basically they are rats. They're like oily, bony rats. So that is D tier.
It's a
Yes,
D
yes,
tier.
yes.
that is the most
Yeah.
D-tier foot I've ever seen.
Jakiro, S tier.
Hmm.
I like
S
how
tier
you
monkey.
spelled it ahead of
Monkey.
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 Is this
Is
is
Brass
this like
monkey.
It's pretty much
is
a
a
hand.
Jakiro
Articulate.
foot
Funky
in between
monkey.
a
It can hold
human
things.
ish foot
It's just
and
a
a guitar
monkey, dude.
shard?
If this doesn't go into D tier, I'm calling the police on all of you.
I was gonna say, like, if we're sitting here being like, "Oh yeah, that monkey foot's got me all fucked up," like, there's problems.
I'm
right?
calling either animal
They're intelligent. They're sentient.
No, they aren't.
Got me pulling out my
Everything they
jean
do
shorts.
just kind of happens.
And besides,
Pharaoh
you don't
makes
want
stuff
a
that
real
looks like
monkey
tech.
grabbing your manhood anyway, because that'll rip it right off, along with
Ooh,
everything
wait,
else.
we didn't say anything about manhoods. What's going on? Huh? What?
All
What?
right, let's
Hey,
let's
hey,
be
listen.
honest.
All right,
about
we're just
what
going to put
this
it in
is.
D and move on.
Fine,
Okay.
Yes,
good,
I'm overstimulated. This is
this-
too much.
This is a grok foot. It's a grok
Grok
foot.
What is a grog?
Have you ever seen a grok? They kind of look like a dinosaur monster from Star Wars. They're pretty big. They're like four-limbed.
Grok
crawl-
context.
Is this in Age of
Uh,
Sigma or is this in
I
like
see what you did
the?
there. It's in both. It's in 40k, but just very rarely. They're like
do
herd
the
animals. They're like the equivalent of like a panther, but like scaly, and they eat you.
Do the
Oh,
Eldar
Grok.
Pretty
Exodites ride them?
Oh no, this is just like a cattle.
Oh, isn't this
Yeah.
on what is this? Isn't this a Catachin thing? Aren't they one of the crazy
Andy?
monsters on Catachin or
I
something?
think a Grok, like a Groxburger, is a thing. It's just like
Grox,
a cow,
so-
but like a lizard.
Yeah,
But it's
I
deadlier than
have
a
heard the
Oh,
term
and they always
Grok
people
many
refer to like
times.
eating groks, don't they?
Right. Okay.
I've never really seen a picture of like, well, the
Yeah,
foot
neither have I.
first apparently.
Oh, it is just a dinosaur looking thing.
There's
wow.
like an old
Yeah.
picture of it that I've seen a bunch of times. I've learned about this. I don't remember where it's from, but like, yeah, it's
Could
Yeah.
you,
They're definitely reptilian.
as the
Yeah.
expert in this field, then could you enlighten us to make a better decision about the feet, please?
I mean, it's a scaly cattle foot. I don't know what you want to hear from me, brother.
There's been a
Perfect.
second animal. It's an animal. Put it in
Yes.
D. Put it down there. Put it at the bottom of D. Andy, move the monkey. Move
I know,
the
it is
monkey
great.
foot.
How is it
Where do
worse
you
than
want
the
the
Great
monkey?
Unclean one?
Is this
It's better than the Great
next
Unclean one.
Because it's
true,
an
it's
animal.
Wait,
animal.
Colin. I have only one question. If you had to put either of these in your mouth, be honest.
Oh no.
That's what it comes down to, surely.
I don't like what you
It is
put-
a
I don't like
variable.
I don't
Answer
like
I'm not
the
saying
question,
it's
bro.
the main
put
one.
me in.
I'm just saying it's
I'm-
a variable.
I understand that there's only one other person in the U.S. here, but the Fifth Amendment is protecting me right now. I'm just refusing to answer the
Okay.
question.
Well, this is
Okay.
a gene stealer called Aberrant Foot.
I was going
Right?
to say, speaking of
Ugh.
breaking the Geneva Convention,
Right,
this
Well,
is a
it's already
apparent-
How many
it's sitting
toes?
at a 70-degree angle, so we've already got a problem.
That's a club foot
mutated.
already.
That
Jesus,
foot is
definitely
blessed by the
mutated.
four-armed emperor. All right, that's
Ah,
holy. That's holy flesh.
Here we go.
That's holy flesh, you heathens.
Simping for the guys with ridges on their foreheads like Star Trek characters. Here we go. Oh,
Does it have
I'm a
ridges
different
as well,
species.
like the rest of the G stealers?
I know this
Ridged
art. I know
for
this
her
art really
pleasure.
well because it's really cool art.
I know. I want to put it next to the Archoflagellum.
Unbelievable.
Just 'cause
Unbelievable.
it's a foot.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Just a
The perfect alien.
Gross foot.
The
Yeah.
perfect
Divine.
alien.
Divine feet. It's divine feet. Right by.
Squat
Right
foot.
by. Okay. Oh wow. I
Squat
can't
foot.
even tell what's happening in this picture.
I feel like it's
It's
a
a
water
squat
gun.
foot.
Oh,
It's
that
a
is
sort
a
of squat.
squat. I thought that
It's
was a
even squat
dwarf
now.
at first.
Yeah, that's his crotch right there. That's his knees. It's a squat foot.
Oh, I thought that was
Vintage.
a
Like
an
torso for a
old-
You know
second.
what?
I was like, oh, jeez.
This is the only one that weirds me out. Like properly weirds
Why?
me out because it's like
What?
like the other ones are like
How?
not even in consideration.
Wait,
the other ones-
wait.
The other ones are not even in
What
consideration.
booted foot
Or
weirds
this.
you out? Did you,
That-
my brother in Christ, did you not see the crud or the literal monkey foot?
because the other
Or
ones are not
zombie foot?
even worth considering. This is too. This is like close to human, and you're kind of like
It's true.
ugh. Because it's it's the uncanny valley thing of like.
I'd rather suck the deceiver's toes than a stinky dwarf's toes. The deceiver should be in B tier.
I'm just saying, man's got the
Yells.
proportions of Dora the Explorer right here. What's going on with that? Like squat foot.
I'd
What
actually
we
put
think about
it.
squat
I put
foot?
it in just below the deceiver one with Eli. Like I'd rather have the metallic. foot
Really?
than-
Because it's just a booted foot. I feel like this is our just baseline average.
Well, I
guy.
assume
Booted
that they
foot.
take the. What is a dwarf? The dwarf's
Yeah,
got stinky feet.
yeah, I'd say this thing gonna be a
They
weapon.
made.
I got. I shout out Quantum Cthulhu. He says the
This-
Tau got Farsight, Lorecrimes got Feet Sight. Eli.
This is
speaking
all
of,
this is because anything that the Leagues of Votan are mentioned, he flies into a blood rage. 'Cause every league
They should be
releases-
deleted. Leagues of
Every,
Votan.
every
should be
league
I'm
deleted.
saying-
releases another
Kill
release
every
isn't a new
squad.
Primaris Lieutenant.
Can we put it above the Deceiver, because at least you
No.
wouldn't have that lingering like metallic taste afterwards.
Metal
Yes,
doesn't
that would
taste
be
that.
I think you'd have an even worse taste afterwards.
Blood
Yeah, it would
doesn't
taste way
that
worse.
You've been
Metal
suckling on
tastes
pennies? No.
You put
Dwarf
you
foot.
use
I
a
love how
fork. It's
it got
fucking
to
metal.
the feet tier list was like, this how does the feet look? To we're clearly putting it in our
What is the
mouth.
texture and flavor? Yeah.
Like a
Uh,
fine
speaking of
wine.
Clearly, there's
Speaking
no
of texture and
consideration.
flavor,
And Eli was
Tyranid-
like, Eli has gone straight in and went like, what? This is the tier list of it's in our mouth.
Speaking of which, Tyrannid foot. Hoof.
What bioform is this from?
hoof?
May I
Yeah.
ask?
Yeah.
Thing is,
Sorry.
What bioform is this from?
This one is, I believe, High Fleet Dagon.
That's not that. What bioform?
what's-
Like,
what
Yeah,
is it
they
like
going
a-
into D is
Oh,
where
this
they
is like
go.
a, like,
Maybe-
like a warrior. This is a
It's a
warrior.
warrior.
This is a warrior.
Oh, I like warriors. Warriors
I
are pretty
mean,
cool.
this
Maybe
is
my
a hoof,
favorite.
right?
too.
no,
But just consider this all Tyranids for the most part, other than this one, which we'll do
This
later.
is a-
which
this is
a
another
I know
animal.
what that foot is, by the way, Andy.
Mhm.
D.
I'm with
Question.
Colin. This is
Yeah, it
bullshit,
should be D. It should be D.
Yeah.
It's an animal again.
Eh.
Move the monkey down the tier list.
But you
I
don't,
don't
want
wanna
the
put
great
it below
unclean one's
this.
foot in your mouth more than the monkey.
I don't
God,
want
the
it.
arguments are so
I'm
strong.
I'm just
No,
saying,
we're
I
gonna
don't
keep
want the
that
great
one
great
inside.
uncle-
We're gonna keep
I'm
that
just
one
gonna
locked
say-
away.
I'm just gonna say I don't want the great unclean one's foot anywhere, which is the main thing. Like,
Yeah.
I would
Well,
not be
that's not
offended
the
if a
problem.
Jokero like grabbed something to like pick up. If that happened, I'd be like, ugh, I wouldn't like it. It's gross.
Mhm.
I mean,
Also,
It's a
you-
grimbly
if you're
gross
just
thing.
in the presence of a great unclean one, you got way bigger problems than can I suck his
Yeah.
toes?
That
True.
might be
Uh,
one of the
but that is
Nerdlings' favorite
concerning.
pastimes.
Yeah.
This is Squig.
This is
All right,
Boingo.
all right. Real
Boingo.
shiz. This is Boingob's foot.
Just S tier,
Yeah.
right with the,
The
ladies.
great,
Oh,
the
the
largest
divine foot.
squig to ever exist. The size of a mountain.
This guy bounded to the into the stratosphere with these fellas. I
Mhm.
gotta give them the respect they're due.
This is the Gene Stealer
hey.
Patriarch, and he's holding a Space Marine helmet in his hand.
He is.
How
Well
did
done.
you excuse what?
He likes
Sir?
Xenos.
Are
He
you
likes,
good?
He likes Xenos.
Eli is Gene Stealer Colt's #1 fan.
I have autism photo recognition.
Well,
Then we all were Warhammer YouTubers. Ha ha ha.
Oh God. I should have said something else to suggest this
Beat
episode,
side
but we're
strikes
too
again. What do
far
we think
in.
about-
Sir.
What do we think about Patriotos?
I mean, you already
going
know
on
I'm
here?
saying S tier. That is the four-armed emperor. That's literally the four-armed emperor. 4-foot emperor.
If he's the four-armed emperor, why he only got 3 toes?
He only needs
Huh?
3 toes.
Debunked. Debunked.
I
Mhm.
can't believe it's even in B at the moment. It is animal-like, as Colin says. that needs to go. We need to literally, excuse my pun,
I mean,
hoof it
look at
down.
these
a
two.
few.
It's just less manicured. That's all this is. Is it No, pedicured. Pedicured.
You know
for toes?
what?
Manicured
It
hands?
probably is not as disgusting as a lot of them,
The other way around.
but still.
but it could do some damage. Like if we're just
could.
talking about the functionality of said foot, that foot's gonna fuck
Yeah,
you
it's,
up.
that's gonna kill people. That's killing
him.
blood angels.
I'm gonna
Easy
mess
peasy.
you up.
Gonna jump real high.
I'm pretty sure I can punch you
Mm.
ceramite plate as well, so you've got no
Yeah,
chance.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's got to be worth
Uh,
something. I want to put it
is the
above
next one-
utility.
I
Is
don't know.
this a
Bees
Chaos
up an awful
Marine?
lot.
Is that a rat?
This-
Is that a rat?
I've never
Never.
seen this.
This is Makar the Reborn Dreadnought's foot. So this is a Dreadnought demon host foot.
Oh
That's-
no!
So this
Oh,
guy
dear.
inhabited the body of a Dreadnought Ultramarine, then mutated within the shell of the Dreadnought into a greater demon, into a demon prince, and this is what happened to his foot. So
pretty
I
cool.
thought that was worth
Ooh,
mentioning.
That's
'cause
cool
it's
foot lore.
That's
So-
very unique.
Cool
You're
foot lore.
saying this is like an Ultramarine dreadnought that got absolutely bodied, infested by a demon,
got-
and warped.
That got
past-
possessed by a word bearer greater demon prince. That's what happened.
For my sheer undying hatred of Ultramarines, that's S tier.
Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
Oh,
Colin's gonna
Oh,
kill
Colin,
you.
we're about to
Colin's
have a
gonna kill you.
disagreement between
Colin-
the United
Colin was
States and
muted.
Americans.
DK,
Colin
my
was muted.
my
beloved.
word.
Colin, you're on
Colin,
mute.
you're muted. You're muted, Colin.
I am muted. It's fine. Fine. Finish the feat before I get in a fight.
DK is a man of my heart too. The Ultramarines can take it. Glory to the word.
No.
All right,
You're a
all
Thousand
right.
Sons fan. You don't have rights.
Yeah, for real.
That's fair. I'm
Well,
I'm getting more
Ultramarines-
on board with Ultramarines, but it wouldn't be me if I didn't slander the Ultramarines at least a little bit.
Man.
Wow.
Respect.
Respectable.
Respect.
All right, Ultramarine slander
Colin Matt
aside,
Ward.
what do we think
What-
about this foot? What about this foot?
Quite the hybrid foot. It's quite unique.
It basically is a starfish.
It's probably
Tripod.
It is, isn't it? It's a starfish.
I'm thinking this is Pokemon Red, like early gym, the Pokemon who has like the starfish Pokemon, literally, like he's just standing on that.
Or Staryu. Or Starmie.
Staryu? Yeah, I think it might have been. It's been a while.
Rah. And it sounds like this. Rah. That's all it says. A tier?
Yeah.
I'll compromise.
Okay. Yas Queen. It's
S
the
tier,
Sororitas
one
by
of the
John
best art
Blanche.
pieces in Warhammer.
Sisters of
Best thing ever.
Battle.
Yeah.
Let's not
And
lie
that's
to
like the
ourselves.
actual
Jeez.
stick on me boots. Like you know,
The skull literally be like, "Step on me, mommy."
Yeah.
Like, look at the scrape. Look at that scrape.
one of the coolest
Oh,
artworks ever.
classic. Yeah,
It's good. The shame the model
it's a
was
shame.
good.
It's a shame we don't really see Sororitas with the stiletto shoes because that's like that's a
Yeah.
statement. That's a fashion
very
statement
cool.
right there.
Deadly.
It's a shame.
Magnus. That's
Speaking of
it's
on the
looking
opposite end of the scale,
nasty, I'm
biggest
not gonna
loser
lie. That's
ever,
looking like bloated.
Magnus with his
his
demon
gross
toes.
ankles
Ugh.
and feet. Very
I didn't
Magnus
realize
can make
that
it look
was.
however he wants.
Bird.
Bro
Hoof
can
foot.
change his form, and this
Yeah,
is
and
what
he
chooses.
chose that. Like he
Yeah.
Chose
that.
hoof.
D
He
tier.
chose hoof.
D tier.
I
I'm a
think
D
it's,
tier 'cause it's
it must,
Magnus.
it
No-
must
no
be in
body
C
positivity
next to the patriarch
Magnus.
because it's the same thing. It's just a three-toed
Patriarch looks cooler.
foot.
I
Does,
remain
cooler.
the best Magnus comment was Magnus did nothing wrong. He was told to do nothing. He did it wrong.
Yes, sir.
He sucks.
Yeah, he's and I
We'll
like
put
the
him there then.
Sons.
All right,
All right. Well,
Yucky Tauto.
Who is Tauto?
Some dude. I
cares?
don't know.
Oh, okay, well,
Ow.
Abe's
Oh,
Odyssey
come on
looking
now.
MF
It does.
right
It
here.
does. If it's like Torchstar or
Right, it's not
Shadow, whatever.
It'd be
Shadow
more
Sun.
Do we care?
Shadow Sun's toes than Farsight's
It's
toes.
Case.
It's looking like it looks like thumbs. I don't like
Yeah, it's
it.
pretty nasty looking. Is
That's
this a new art?
actually fair.
This
Yeah,
must
yeah.
be newish art or fan.
There is a slight caveat.
It's the
to this
guy running
one.
with the sword, like
The fan artwork is particularly strong when it comes to the Tau. There's a slight
Suspiciously so.
caveat. Suspiciously so, yeah.
Right.
That
We got-
Taupa goes in C tier at least. It's pretty nasty looking.
yeah.
It's pretty empty
Alright.
though. Like we're gonna have to review this list a little bit.
all right. Well, last pick. Last pick.
Angron.
Oh, that's that looked like
Lord
a
of Red
cannon. I'm gonna
Sands.
level with you.
Cannon
It
foot.
does. Can we leave it in B? Because
B
surely
tier's
something
fine.
needs to.
B tier's fine.
They're out of complacency. Yeah, right. So is that our list?
Yeah, man.
You know what? Move up the Catan and the squat one into B, and then it's settled.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think
Yes.
that'd be. I'd compromise with that.
And the great unclean one at the very bottom of the list. Can we not pretend that we won't be exiting from every end if we even near this thing?
All right.
Oh my
Where's
god!
the download button?
Share to
Download button.
family.
There we go. So that's our list. It looks
Yeah.
pretty neat and tidy.
Oh, that's a good
If
feeling.
Rain and Lilith right at the beginning, like, yeah, I'm just gonna win. All right, let me just get the next one.
That is pretty traumatizing. I think that's-
While I sort this out, should we go through some donations?
Yeah, Document USA, thank you for the $2. Is our Lord Thankwall on this list? We missed it.
Oh no!
Thankwall, I feel like Thankwall has not been in the chat lately. Where's Thankwall?
He doesn't really have any foot shots. He has robes that cover his feet.
That's true.
He's just a
We
rat.
miss you, Thankwall, wherever
It's the,
you
mo-
are.
it's the most.
We do wish you.
Has Adeptus Ridiculous yet done an episode on Thankful yet, DK?
He was brought up when we talked about Skaven, but no, he hasn't had like a full episode.
He is the best character in Warhammer, like period. So you just
He is the silly boy. Yeah.
you'll need to have like particularly with Colin, like just get Colin to riff off about it. It'll be incredible.
Set kill Thankwall, unbelievable.
Tom Warren, $5. Also, when you inevitably rank Marathi, I need you to talk about her toenails for reasons.
Oh boy.
God.
Oh,
Oh, no.
no.
Oh, we lost one. Oh, no.
I've removed Colin because he's just sent a message saying, "BRB lads, my screen has blue screened, so that's
Oh.
fine."
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
I
Um,
thought it was the Marathi toenails, and he was just like, "Nope, fuck this. I need a
Miss
minute."
Miao Ying. Wow, we did miss Miao Ying. Sorry, bros.
It's just
Sorry.
woman's foot.
Oh,
Sure,
yes.
he's a dragon woman.
It's just
foot.
lady.
How about Throg?
Um,
I bet we would have seen Throg's feet. The troll from the big troll guy.
Yeah.
Sigvald!
I was tempted
Sigvald!
to. throw- I was,
Sigvald!
You mean.
I
Sigvald's
was tempted to put-
here! Oh
I
my
was going to
God.
put Greasus in, but again, it was just like big shoes. I'm like, I'm not here about shoes. Tom Warren, also when you inevitably rank Marathi, I need you to talk about her toenails for
Oh, yeah, we read that.
reasons. I don't think we're going to do that. I'm sorry. The whiskey goblin. Ooh.
Thank
I
you.
really like
A great pub name, by the way.
Just
Uh,
join. I'm disappointed in you all, except DK and Colin. And Colin, what? I'm surprised. Oh, I'm not surprised in the slightest. Okay, fair.
Also, that user image is cursed. A Zaku with two eyes is no. You can't do that. I can't be doing
I'm
that.
not happy.
God.
Wow. Wow.
Joseph Pollard, the member for 13 months. Thank you so much, brother. Just hopped on stream, and now I want to get. We're really ruining the episode. For everybody. Oh my god.
Main event Virgil. Thank
Main
you.
event Virgil.
Europeans. By the way, Eli, I bought your tank tops. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I won't get the chance to wear them often in Ireland, but love World Eaters and Salamanders designs. Which muscle group is most important to pulling off tank tops? Shoulders and lats. Also, I was wearing one of my tank tops in Ireland, and I got in trouble. So I guess that's just one of your rules that you're not allowed.
Oh no, they were just prudes. We were at an EDM night, and they're like, "Have some modesty." I'm like, "Calm down."
Well, the police
You're
officer
jealous,
told me
get
I
it.
had to put a hoodie on.
Well,
So I guess
I don't think it
guess
was the police.
thing.
I think it was a security
Bouncer.
man, surely.
Yeah, whatever.
Wow.
So,
But
yeah.
thank you.
And
Hilarious.
I did also wear one of your tank tops, and I showed you how like its myriad washing machine visits had completely like decapitated.
Yeah, don't put
and
it.
the
Don't put it in the
dismembered Wolverine.
dryer. Don't put it in the dryer, and it'll last a long time.
Mhm. Marafi's designated
That's crazy.
toilet.
crazy.
Bro,
Wow.
what are these?
Change the
now?
name during stream. I saw what you did, Boromir. Andy's mad he can't put Jagged Ice feet in S tier. I am not mad. I'm just disappointed.
Ash Fox for $10. Y'all are missing half the point of this tier list. Dirty means extra. The sweat
Oh,
tells the story. Ash Fox, you need to go home and think
No.
about what
That's
you
actually that'd be a funny ability. You lick someone's foot, it can tell where they've been on that foot for the past however much time.
Is that funny? Isn't that just what dogs do?
The worst version of a farce here.
Yeah.
that just reminds me, like, there was this series of superheroes. It was like a comedy about superheroes, and they all had like weird powers. Like one guy had like warming hands, so it's like, oh, you saved that child from drowning in the lake. How long did it take? Like a week, because he just put his hands in. It took forever. And there's one who can do like photocopying with his eyes. Oh, Colin's back. Hello, Colin.
Hey.
Hello. Just a little bit of my
Colin.
computer blue screening. It happens.
Even
Would
your
you like-
computer's like, no, this is awful.
This
Get
is
outta here.
horrible.
You can't do this to yourself and me.
Well, would you like to read the last donation while you're here, then, Colin?
Baneblade, 300 ISK. Step on me, Lilith Hesperax.
That's what we like to see.
Right to the
Fair enough.
point.
Pretty fair.
Yeah.
DK, I was going to say before we get into the next next bit, we have I had a scenario that we sometimes ask guests.
Mhm.
It's a
Oh,
would you
God.
take it sort of thing. So
Oh, god damn it.
you get the ability.
This one sucks.
This is like 2 years old.
Oh,
you
no.
get the
What-
abi-
what-
Hey,
okay.
let me hear me out. You get the ability to double jump, but the second jump you shit yourself. Would you take this?
Nope. Wouldn't do it.
What?
You wouldn't?
I
Why?
would not. I would
How
not.
often do you need to double
There's
jump?
no
It's only in the
downsides.
second
There's
one.
no actual downsides to
see.
refusing it.
How often do you need to double jump?
It's like
Implies
a life-saving
I don't need to
situation.
double jump. If I don't need to double jump, why would I take the ability that lets me do the thing that I don't need to do, but shit myself wildly while I do it?
So it's you only do it
crazy.
when
But
you
it'll never
need it.
happen, and you'll know.
Probably
It's,
like a life-saving
crazy.
situation.
I'm just saying, if you had an enema beforehand and you had a parkour YouTube channel, you could probably make some money. I'm just saying.
True. It's true.
And to think of all the muscles you
Um,
strain doing it too. Like, sheesh.
this is the
No, I
first
mean, like-
time that
They
there's
got
ever
Rhino
been a no.
Vipers. They
The
got
scenario
Rhino
is like a
Vipers.
car-
Your proctologist is not happy.
The scenario is like a car's coming towards you. You evacuate your bowels, but you live. Like,
Yeah, that's
you
what
know
I'm
I mean?
saying.
But you wouldn't take that. You don't
Nope,
have
I
to
wouldn't
double
take
jump.
it.
All right. We're getting off
Wow.
topic. So we have one more tier list. We're gonna have to speed through a bit quicker if we're
Holy
gonna get
moly.
through.
No,
all
this
these.
one
Wow.
looks bad, but it's the tier list is just like
Yeah,
starting
you're
starting to get into the faction. How easy is it? That can be done quick. I could even do the
Oh.
first three immediately. Place them all into S tier.
Oh
This
yeah,
is
Ultramarines
very,
has got to be like the easiest
Strange.
thing ever, right?
Stormcast.
That's just more general Space Marines, but yeah,
Yeah.
and
Bretonia?
Empire. I'm assuming.
Bretonia, baby.
yeah, Bretonia.
What's up,
Because
Bretonia?
what do you need to get into this faction? Do you know what a knight
King
is?
Arthur.
You're done.
Have you heard an Arthurian
Congratulations.
legend in the last 100 years? Congratulations, it's Bretonia.
It's not that I like them;
Yeah.
it's that there is such a minimal effort requirement to know
Yeah.
what they're about.
They steal right from
gonna
it
try
too.
something
Like
quickly,
it's
hold on.
not even like
It's just the Green
It's-
Knight.
Do it like that.
it's not
then
even
they-
UW's thinly veiled hiding of it. It's just right there out in the open.
And then they
Yeah.
charged and they won the battle. Yay.
Is this
We ride
Mhm.
horses, yay!
Chaos Dwarves?
Are these
That's
Chaos
Chaos
Dwarfs?
Yeah,
Dwarves.
that's probably like that's
the
pretty.
tier list
Ooh,
titles.
that's-
Did Andy finish the tier list titles?
Sorry, what?
Or you changed
Oh, yeah.
its years?
What? There were
Did-
two others, but I thought they were memes.
You should explain-
Oh no,
you
that's
should
because
explain
I
what this-
no.
you
All right,
should
no, I reused this one, but I changed it. But clearly, the changes didn't go through.
We should.
Like I added
Oh,
some
okay.
stuff to an existing one.
All right, what would you want me to add?
I
What's
think
it
just
called?
change E to like out of production.
Oh,
Fair.
Chat.
Like,
This
you-
tier list
yeah.
is how easy it is to get into the faction. We should specify.
Yeah, so it does like
go
just
with that.
lore and a little bit, maybe a bit of tabletop as well, but mostly lore. I think we're talking about here.
Mhm.
okay, so
No,
these
it's
go in here.
everything.
No, they exist in Old World.
I thought it was
No, they
being
don't.
prompted.
They're
here.
legends.
they?
They're
To
legends.
be fair,
You
though,
can't buy them.
They are in Total War Warhammer.
Chaos Dwarfs don't have a Legends army.
They do, but you can't buy them.
Yeah, but they still technically exist.
And they have like
But-
almost no lord. Like they have very little to
Yeah,
even go off
yeah.
of.
I mean, I'd still
Wah.
D, put it in D anyway, then at most, because it's
All right, I guess.
it's like an offshoot of another army that's kind of
You can just take dwarves
Yeah.
and then paint them differently. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
true.
High elves.
High elves are
High
A.
elves.
Yeah, I feel like
The
they're
the
not-
only barrier to entry of the high elves is that you're playing high elves and people are going to go elf.
Yeah, I will make fun of
Elf bat, fuck you.
dark
Fair
elves
enough.
for the win.
Phoenix, not my Phoenix King.
Oh,
Fuck off.
now I'd argue this one's B
Eldar is
because-
BSC, yeah.
Drukari.
there's a real lack of lore in terms of actual just books
Yeah.
in general, and
I would
then
go C.
characters
They're-
characters ones are all like codex entries, like they don't get much light in
Yeah.
actual novels.
and their
and
range
also-
has been obliterated. They've lost half their range in the last.
I would go C.
As
Yeah, but
someone
they're
who recently,
cool.
They are
as
so-
someone
they're
who
super-
the last month went through every scrap of Drukari lore there was, I was quite disheartened to see that one, all the new characters never got miniatures, and two, the codexes copy pasted entries from previous editions into new editions,
Ouch.
and there are characters like Hellion Sapphonix, who's like a crime boss in the Underhive version of like Locomora, 5th edition, never been since. So this
Mhm.
that's cool.
Yep.
Nope. No more of him. Just Lilith. Lilith, because she's got bum. She got
Yeah.
booty.
More space,
She got
Marine
some
slot,
booty.
please. More
And,
slot,
and
please.
everyone had a go at me. They were like, Vect. Oh, 5-6 minute video on Vect. I'm like, yeah, he has no lore. He's just like a guy. He just exists.
I
He
often
really
think-
doesn't have that much lore.
I've had someone commenting on my channel like to make a Vect video for years, and
can't.
I feel bad like for the guy because there's not enough for me to justify.
Every time he's mentioned in a book, he's in the background scheming. It's like, what do you want to say? Oh, he schemed in the background. That's it. Can't do
Yeah.
anything. Scaban.
Scared? Like B?
What?
C?
Really?
I mean A. B,
Hey.
Yeah,
Sure,
they're
even
A is
say-
high up there, right? Skaven?
Yeah.
Like they have a
Even with-
ton of lore, cool characters, cool vibes.
Yeah.
Age
I
of
don't really
Sigmar
know about their
as well.
minis.
They were just the launch, like the 4th edition Age of Sigmar launch army.
Yeah, it's true. It's true.
I'd even argue
You
it goes
can't
above
spell
high elves.
Skaven without
Can't spell
Okay.
Skaven without the S. You're right.
with the
Well, I was my
Skaven.
personal bias says S, but I mean I was willing to settle for A, but I'm not going to argue them
Yeah,
down.
A is
I am more than
understand-
willing to see that thing go up to S. I love the Skaven.
I
Oh,
think,
they
to
are.
be honest, the fact that you can have a gigantic army and they're very fun goobies, I want to put them in S.
All right.
Also,
Yeah,
the models are
understand.
still like,
Right.
even if the models are bad, like old,
They're not
they
bad.
still
They're
kind
not
of fit the vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're silly
'cause-
goobies, so it
'cause
doesn't matter
they're-
how outdated they look because it's an in joke.
Horrible, awful rats.
It's just
Gloom
beast.
spike.
It's the orc
Oh,
problem.
please.
On the surface,
Gloomspite gets.
silly billies, and then you read the lore and you're like, oh god, they're the worst thing ever.
So these are the
Gloomies,
goblins
that's
that are
horrifying.
even more goblin than goblin.
It's
Yeah,
probably
they're,
like B,
yeah,
yeah.
they're just AOS goblins. They're gobliny goblins.
I'd even
Yeah,
say B
gobos.
just because they
They li-
suffer from the Age of Sigmar problem, which is people forget that Age of Sigmar has lore.
Yeah.
Like just like I forget it has lore sometimes. It's not just a model range.
Yeah.
It's just painful. I don't even think I've heard much about them before this, even today, and we're all lore YouTubers basically. So you know,
They live
they
in
wear
Boingob's head.
Lello. Wait, hold on. What?
they really?
They do what?
Yeah, they live in his skull. Some of them
Alright,
do
hold
at
on.
least.
For the meme S tier.
Oh my
No,
god.
that's really
Oh,
not-
wait.
no,
I've just I've just received news. Oh yes, lives in Boingob's head, and we are the patron saints of Boingob. We have to.
Well,
They're disrespecting
This
his
is
body.
this is
bro.
mandated by law.
This is
No,
this
his
is
body is for
insane.
everyone. He feasted
Andy's
upon the world
bias
so that
put
the
an
world could
Age of
feast upon him.
Sigmar army in S tier. Never
I'm just
before
saying,
seen.
we are literally intertwined with Boingob. Surely we have to.
He's
It's
not.
part
They're
of the law.
disrespecting him. They're not part of Boingob. They are literally living in his head.
Alright.
Disrespectful motherfuckers.
But are they living rent free in his head?
Well, he's dead,
Basically,
so
yes.
Yes. Okay. Well, cool.
out of
Demons
production.
of Chaos.
cool demons of chaos.
They're out of production.
All right.
Womp womp.
Sororitas. I think they're cheap.
You can still buy demon models.
Yeah, but that's why there's another like demons for 40k is an option.
Mhm.
Demons in fantasy are dead.
Yeah, but they're the same model.
Yeah.
Do they not have a? But do they not
God
have?
forbid
a
I
legacy?
try and be thorough.
Do they have a legacy army in Old World?
Yeah, but it's not an army.
But again, like if this is what you can
What do you
get
mean?
into, you can't get into them if they're hard to get to. Like if you have to buy
Well,
from
but they-
scalpers.
But you don't have to. Like,
No, you
just
don't have to buy
the-
scalpers. It's just demons models.
I think.
Yeah, but you just need to buy the square bases, I guess.
But if this tier list is about hey, what's the best armies to get into, and there's barriers of entry, surely that disqualifies
Yeah.
them quite a
Well,
bit.
I mean, if
I'll
chaos
say.
dwarves are indeed, then demons should be indeed.
Demons are not like a lot of the stuff is now like even now you can still play. I'd actually argue that demons go quite high up on this because you can play it
Yeah, me
in both Age of
You
Sigmar
can play them
and
in 3
40k.
systems.
Yeah.
So you get the most bang from your butt if you have
And
the
it's
models.
like 4 armies. It's like 4 armies in one.
Also,
book.
demons are like the demon models are cool as in general, and then obviously like lore wise, demons are basically everywhere. They're in all they're in Horus Heresy, they're in 40k, they're in everything. Really, Age of Sigmar.
Well, it's fine, but there's another demons picture coming up that we're gonna have to ignore then because I tried to get as granular as I could.
Mm.
All right, where is this picture?
Down,
Archeon here.
down,
Down.
left.
This one.
Yes.
So
Just
what's-
throw that next to him, I guess, or ignore him.
Okay.
We're ruining Colin's tier list.
Empire of Man.
fella.
No, that city's a
Cities of
Sigmar.
Sigmar to you.
Yeah,
Well,
B above the.
Are they
Green
good?
Spire.
Pretty new.
probably B.
They're probably pretty new.
Yeah.
So I think
They're pretty
B's.
prominent, but I mean they're not new, but
Well,
like
Star
as
Wars
a
Oh yeah, I
group,
know you're right.
not just repeat of fantasy.
Yeah, as
they're
an
fairly
actual
new.
faction. Yeah.
Actually, I was like, DK, what's your like general? How do you describe your knowledge of like Age of Sigmar? Because even then, between all of us like here, not all of us like
Only
know a
Colin
ton.
really knows anything about it.
Age of Sigmar is like non-existent. I know the end times were like rough.
Super
Bad.
ass.
Ooh, boy, yeah, I've heard about why it happened, how it happened, and it's like, ay, that's the worst thing ever. So I haven't touched on Age of Sigmar, but at all.
Yeah.
Opinion on the models though, because the models.
Oh, the
Fine.
Age of Sigmar models are like
They're
eating.
epic.
Like 40k has no chance if you put their models against like Age of Sigmar. It's ridiculous.
I mean, hey, at least
Hmm.
Old World's doing good.
Yeah.
I need the it was like the launch edition of the demon the vermin lord rat, the demon like massive demon rat.
I love a vermin lord.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, I need one of those so bad just to be like my Nurgle themed. Oh, there's someone in our Discord who has like a hybrid of what do they do, guys? It's a hybrid of Skaven and another army. Isn't
Oh,
it?
that's Donkey
Skaven's
Man,
right
I
now.
think. Skaven, yeah. Oh, Lord forgive me. I'm looking at the Wood Elf Old World Games Workshop website right now.
Yeah, what could have
Get
been?
it.
Maybe we don't need this mortgage so badly.
What was the next one there, Andy?
Every Warhammer player ever. How important is my mortgage?
That's
Skelly
Nighthaunt.
boys.
No, that's
That's
the
pretty
ghost.
high
That's Nighthaunt.
Ah,
That's got to be at least A tier.
Just ghosts. I
I-
don't know. They're pretty
so
basic,
I mean,
right?
Yeah, I mean that's why I put Bretonia
Yeah,
in S.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
what do you need to know
yeah.
to get into this army? You like ghosts? You're in.
I know why
I
this
think
one is so.
Vampire Count should have stayed as one army.
I know why this one is almost even as I say top of A. My friend who knows nothing about Age of Sigmar bought Nighthaunt because the model range is good. If I believe I'm right, Colin, how many points is Nagash worth
Oh.
on the field?
He's
It's a
he's
thousand.
worth 950.
Yeah, so that's you almost have a full army.
Alone.
Yeah, with one model.
Such is the power of Nagash.
Nagash
That's just the power.
such as my brother in Christ himself, the Mister has never had a single shred of anything good about him. Mr. Nagash. He
They're cool.
also
I mean,
there's background lore about that, as in like there's already existing Nagash stuff. He's in plenty of the things. They get some really cool like sick sculpts. Is it Lady Olithair or Olitaire or something like that?
Yeah.
Like the ghost lady, and there's all kinds of
Yeah.
like really
Yeah,
interesting things.
they're
Also,
cool.
ghosts are cool. It's why they literally need to
Yeah.
make Eldar ghosts.
Yeah,
in
that's
the
The
like,
Mortis
that's
engine is
his-
one of the
his
coolest
ghost.
fantasy models.
Yeah.
I think
Also, I know a guy who owns 20,000 points of Night Haunt, and I would be remiss
That's
if
so
I did not take
insane.
that into account.
It's such an
Holy
insane
shit.
thing to own 20,000
Yeah,
points.
I know a
of.
guy.
Shout out to Corinthian.
What the heck? Bro's name is from the Bible too. Holy
Wow.
Yeah, and he's from Korea. I met him. He's cool.
Wow, 20,000
Oh, cool.
points of Nighthawk.
Beastman.
Fucking nuts.
Beastman is
D-
D2.
D-
Beastman it
D-
might as well
put
be
him
out
in
of
D.
production, bro. Might as well be out of production.
Andy, put that in D tier. The Beastman.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
an
but
Eldar
apparently-
fan, and I
Apparently, their new book is looking really good. I've heard from
that's
old world
all right.
players.
See, I haven't read it. I'm gonna be honest. I
Or
didn't even know
I mean,
they
like
had a
their
new
new
book.
rules. Their new
Oh,
rules.
new rules.
New old world. Yeah, they don't have any lore.
Yeah,
That's not
I was
gonna
gonna say I didn't know they had a book.
happen.
No.
Beastman lore is just like, oh yeah,
I'm a goat.
We're
like
angry.
I guess humans and animals mixed when chaos stuff went crazy. We're
Me and
Beastmen.
Dreadnought did a whole episode of fixing 40k on my second channel talking about Beastmen. It was like, here is the 10 paragraphs of their lore for both 40k and fantasy. GW had a bunch of like beast heads when they were making the company.
if-
Just went, us plonk them on armies, I guess.
If you want to collect Beastmen, you not only have no books, you have an army that's had to be rebased twice
Oh,
because they moved it to Age of Sigmar and then moved it out of Age of Sigmar.
I really liked when they did. They show up in Siege of Terror novels, but they also show up in the Lion book, Son of the Forest. And I thought that was quite a good bit where, like, the Dark Angels and the Lion, like they're like bounding through the.
Oh, I was about to ask. I'm sure they get promptly murdered.
Yes, there's a few beasts.
Kazrak is
Yeah.
consistently living in an Impractical Joker's punishment episode. He is tonight's biggest loser every night.
Wow.
Poor
Or
fantasy,
Toddbringer's just pranking him.
poor fantasy Beastman.
This is D.
Yunari?
Put the
D.
Dinari in D.
Put them in
Their-
D, dude.
Their
Come
rules
on.
suck. Their lore sucks. You have to collect 3 different armies to make them happen. It's
But
stupid.
they are
Ooh.
number 1 in the competitive at the moment.
Okay,
So-
so their rules.
Are they
don't suck
really?
a lot. That doesn't spread.
Yeah.
The rules don't always suck.
ouch.
Yeah, but everything
have.
else about the army, you get into the army, you read the Yanari trilogy that is not a trilogy.
Actually, I have a question.
Duology.
Oh, no.
I have a question for DK, which is like, because obviously you, I don't know how much or how long you've been into like Warhammer lore, but did you start around sort of when like Gilliman was returning and obviously like gathering Storm and Rise of Primarch and Yanari stuff, or was it you learned other lore like way before that?
I think I just learned other stuff. I don't remember exactly where Warhammer lore was when I started. First thing I learned about was orcs, because
Yeah,
of course,
my
orcs.
beloved.
And then the fucking lamenters.
God, that's a roller coaster.
Yep.
I mean, have you done an episode on Yanari before on the Adeptus Ridiculous?
Yeah.
Was it long?
Yeah.
miserable?
Well, it wasn't miserable, but it was just, man, they're they're kind of fighting an uphill battle, as they do,
That's the most polite way to put it
Trying
I've
to
ever
defy
heard.
gravity, yeah.
Oh, D-tier then, D-tier.
Imagine your entire plot line getting derailed by Shalaxi Hellbane. Him just there like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I've taken the sword to Slanesh. Ah,
yeah,
shit.
those
Oh, there goes our storyline.
I remember when Fulgrim came out, Bricky was like, "Oh, wouldn't it be cool if one of those new swords he's got is one of the crone swords?" And they're just like, "Ha ha, fuck
Crone
you! I'm
swords,
Fulgrim. I have one. Good luck trying to get it back from me."
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yep.
No,
We gotta love
some generic
Eldar
sword.
always losing.
we didn't even get a traitor Primarch for Fulgrim to fight, or regular Primarch for Fulgrim to fight when he was released. They didn't even.
Yet
It's
Angron's
okay. There can be
Angron's model came out
before.
before. Didn't Angron's model came out before the Lion?
Yeah, he did.
Okay.
Well, let's just say Jagged Eye
did-
comes back swinging. I'll be happy.
No,
Hang
we
on,
just
so-
don't
so-
get
so-
Stannis' decapitated body to limp
Someone-
his way back into the
Uh,
lore to him, right?
Hang on, someone had a good point in chat. Inevitable victory.
Yeah, inevitable victory.
So true. So true. That's a funny
Good old Dawn
cafe
of War
too.
mods.
Dark elves.
Unicron.
These are specific dark elves, though.
This is
right?
Morathi
These
stuff,
are Morathis.
I just meant it for dark elves in general. It's just
Okay.
a symbol from Total War.
Probably out of production because you can't actually. No, you can't. You can buy them.
You're gonna
for
get a
Sigmar
couple
models,
at Cities of Sigmar one. I guess
but
out
you
of
can't buy
production.
the whole range by any means, right?
But its lore is
No,
more. There's,
no.
there's
Never
more
mind.
lore.
Oh man,
Yeah,
really, the
shit,
Dark
those
gotta
Elves
get
are out of
moving.
production. Oh, that's
Well,
Yeah,
they'll
no, they're
come
a
back. They'll
Legends
get an
army.
army. I keep telling myself they'll get an army.
What's this
You
one
can
called?
technically buy like half of their range. I think
Behemoth something, Colin. These ones are the.
Oh, the Sons of Behemoth.
giants. Yeah, that sounds pretty easy to
I
get
think
into.
it's another A tier one just for the pure simplicity.
Yeah,
Do you
them
like
and-
big club man?
We could probably put Imperial Knights and Chaos Knights in A tier.
Yeah.
all for the same reason. Like they're the cheapest
Some
army.
armies
they're easy to
are
learn,
easy to
easy
get
to play.
into.
Yeah.
Yeah, some are easy because of all the lore. Some are easy because Unga Bunga is all you really
Three
need.
models.
I do like a knight. They're good fun.
Dude, like a good old sexy knight.
Hmm.
Next one was Carrigan Overlords.
Carrigan Overlords.
They sure
They don't
look
have a.
cool.
Bugman Bar's favorites
Excuse me.
adornments of the pub, basically. They love these guys. They're everywhere.
Never been.
I
They look
still
cool as
think.
shit.
I think the aesthetic is obviously very good for them, but they do suffer from a lack of much range in their models, and also
Yeah,
only a few books
Do they
in
have
the
one
lore.
book?
they
Guy
don't have
Haley
much,
wrote.
Yeah.
Guy Haley wrote it. Obviously, he wrote Devastation of Baal and Dante and stuff. So he's a good writer, but I will not be giving that book a go probably. So I think just leave it in. Leave it in
Yeah,
C
I
tier.
don't really
Some
care about them,
fellas.
to be honest. They look cool.
Yeah.
Eldor!
Eldor.
Eldor!
Mm-mm-mm.
They're probably C tier.
Eldor.
I hate to admit their lore
don't wanna
sucks.
admit
If we're
it.
being honest, all their books
I must
suck.
admit,
Their codex lore is
Drukari-
really cool though.
The Codex lore goes hard.
Drukari trilogy, amazing. Craft.
Although regular Eldar are easier to get into than Dark Eldar. They have more models and a little bigger range
Yeah.
and more
Yeah.
variety.
Phoenix
There's craft
Lords,
stuff,
like
and you have
iconic
the
things like
Phoenix
that.
Lords and stuff.
Do not put the Eldar below the Carrigan Overlords.
Yeah,
Do not
I
do
think
that.
They definitely
gonna
go
say, no,
above
no.
the Dark Eldar. They totally go above the Dark Eldar. They're in more stuff too.
Next one is
Ginger
Fire.
Dwarfs.
Fire
Sure is an army.
What are they called? Bloody! They clearly put them in D tier.
Fire Slayers. Put them
Fire
in D tier. They might as well. No one cares.
Oh, not the Slayers.
But the Age
Slayers
of
are really
Sigmar.
cool.
What happened to them?
Age of Sigmar.
Slayer.
Hey,
Oh,
do you like naked bearded men? What else do you
Like-
got?
We did the feat.
Well, it
which
depends,
clearly
doesn't it?
Now Harlequins.
Harlequins
Harlequins
are
based.
they're technically not an army anymore. But
They're-
when they were an army, I feel like it's still pretty hard to get into.
Are
They
they
have like 4
by
units,
necessity and out of
maybe
production?
6 at most.
no,
Well,
I mean,
they're still-
Andy,
they're
they're
still
still
a thing.
around. They're just like
Yeah.
a sub faction of the Eldar now.
I'd put them in D, to be honest.
I want to put
They're-
them.
Their lore is very
Wow.
obscure and weird
I love
for a
them.
new kid. Yeah, but
love
for a
them.
new
It's-
person,
It's not
for a new
Andy. It's not that
person-
they're
Yeah,
no,
but like,
for
but, yeah,
someone
but
who's
like for
starting the
for
army.
new- but
their
hold on,
lore
but
is
for-
weird. They have no actual unique special characters.
Painting them as
They-
hard
do.
because
They have a weird.
oh, the check marks.
but
Yeah.
they have no unique
Yeah.
characters for the tabletop, though, Andy.
Like someone's gonna look at this.
I have
like, look
what's
at
his
the
name? Who's
model,
Ephraim
and then they're gonna
Stern's
see the
fella.
check marks and
I know
die.
that doesn't count.
Oh, the checkerboard. Yeah, just get a stencil.
All,
My
all,
brother.
all I'm saying is,
They're
as
hard to
far as
paint
like
too, yeah.
I'm getting into the lore, you've got like big beefy mech space marines, and then you're like clown men, clown
It's intriguing, but then again,
vampire
you
the
look,
Masquerade.
you look
Ooh.
at you look
That
at
kind of
the
fun.
army, you look at the minis and go, "That looks like hell," and it is
Yeah.
hell.
They're hard to paint. They're hard. They're
Uh,
expensive to buy. They have low
I'll
variety.
take your word for it.
No special characters for the tabletop. They're really cool to bring as like 500 points with your Eldar, but them as a whole army, I really just don't think is justified that well.
Kegarak laughs every
Right.
time someone thinks the Harlequin are worth playing.
Eh,
We love Kegarak in this house.
I didn't know.
Finhead.
Be for Ideneth.
Wait, what
They
the
have
hell?
Their models
Alright.
are beautiful.
Um,
Guard or S tier, I think.
Beef right now.
This is
Guard.
actually, it still amazes me how
that has to be
insanely
S tier, right?
popular.
Yeah.
That Winter Assault picture gets so
Oh, yeah,
much
baby.
mileage
Mhm.
every time.
It's too cool.
Do you like guard?
Who this?
Dwarfs.
Dwarves are probably like 18,
Dwarf.
right?
Next to the elves. Do you like
Yeah.
dwarfs?
Yeah.
Just another classic
Wow.
fantasy.
All right, you didn't need to put them above the elves. I see what you're doing.
Yeah.
You said
No.
next to elves, so I did.
You're gonna piss off someone
did.
if you put like dwarf fans are gonna hate it if you put elves over them. Elves are gonna hate it if dwarfs. You're
I'm
gonna
just
get
saying,
screwed
I'd
one way or
rather, I'd rather be in my short stacks because they'll look after me.
Sure.
Hedonites of
Knights of
Slanesh.
Slanesh.
It's probably B, I guess, right? B or
Have
C.
you seen Sigvald's new model?
Oh yeah,
Another-
Hassel chaps.
Yeah, that's right. I always
They
forget
have
his
the
Hassel
coolest. They
Chaps.
have some of the coolest models in the game. But at the
Oh,
end of the
yeah.
day, they are a sub faction of chaos.
Yeah, but I mean, same way like Emperor's Children are. Like in
Yeah.
AOS, they're
Yeah.
like
I think B tier is fine.
yeah,
Pretty
B-tier.
popular.
This guy
Someone
is,
should get
is
into them.
very Emperor's coded.
Yeah.
What's this?
Tomb
Is this
Kings?
Tomb Kings?
S.
Tomb
As
Kings.
Yeah. I love
All right.
me some Tomb Kings. I don't know
Look.
anything about their
Hey.
tabletop minis or whatever, but like, come on.
Egyptian
Look,
skeleton.
hear me out. The same for Bretonia. The entry here is: do you like ancient Egypt?
Yeah, you're right.
You're
You like
so
so
true. You're so
Yeah.
true. Yep,
You can now be done thinking about if you want the army.
Yeah.
so valid.
What if it was
These
ancient
ogres?
Egypt, but
Are these
zombies?
specifically the
Ogres
zombies
those
and
are
skellies.
specifically the Age of Sigmar ogres.
Probably
Probably
B.
another
boys.
B.
You can make an army with very few models, right?
That
Yeah.
is true. It's very easy to make with their points. Obviously, any army that's like hyper elite, accessibility goes up super.
I
high
think
for
their
that.
spearhead can be built to have like 1,000 points.
Dang.
And it's easy because it's just easy to paint as well. It's
Yeah.
just big ogres,
Big dude.
big dudes.
The power of
Dudes
the
like
gut.
to eat.
Truly. Oh, I mean, this might
Power
be
of
top of S, to
chomp.
be honest, in terms of like
Hate
Yeah.
them.
maybe not more than the
Not
Space
top
Marine.
of S.
Yeah.
No.
Just behind.
No,
Space
they're-
Marine,
they're-
right?
It is
They're not
because
top
They're
of S.
not a
They're not.
no.
It is
They're more.
because-
Wait, they're the most economical army. you
They
can get.
are.
Explaining
well,
what they
Knights
are is
are
easy.
actually Knights.
And
Are
they will
Real
have-
easy to paint too. Like just
Yeah, I was
base
saying.
that bitch in gold and you're done.
Airbrush. Done.
I
Or
Airbrush
airbrush,
gold, bit
sure,
red.
sure,
Done.
sure.
I-
Don't
they are
want them
they
to
are
be an army.
dude, you cannot put them you cannot put them above the Stormcast. They are on windows of GW stores. The Custodies are not on GW storefront windows.
All right.
Cody
Well, hold
shouldn't
on.
even be a tabletop army. All right.
All right. All I'm saying
Salty.
is, if you want to, if you are like I like, if you're a kid and you're like, I only have like the money I have, which could I buy a full army of? Stormcast or Custodians? Which is
A
cheaper.
kid's not going to be thinking about the full economics of an army.
No,
True.
he's going to
They're going to see the one on the window and buy that one.
Yeah, exactly. He's gonna
But
buy
they're
the
gonna
one
go, how
unit
much
that
is
is
that?
allowed.
I can't afford
You
that.
cannot.
I can't
The
afford
kid,
it.
the kid isn't affording an army at all. He's walking into GW buying
Chill,
one unit with
boys.
2 months of allowance.
What was that? Was that DK? Go ahead.
I
I
was
thought
gonna say,
everyone was
kids-
qualifying
kids-
on there.
Kid's walking in with his mom's
I'm
credit
staying
card
out of
anyway.
this.
That's a moot point.
I do agree though. Put it below
I'll
Storm.
be
You
honest.
cannot put the Custodies. Yeah, all right.
Calm down. Calm down.
And good lore as
It's
well.
okay.
No.
It's okay.
I hate
Anger.
that. I hate
Giving your
Custodians.
good lore.
The soothing
Oh.
dulcet tones of combat.
Elf Ponce.
Sigmar
Ponce
elf.
elves.
Who even cares?
Luminath Realm Lords.
Who
Wow.
even?
Cow
Who
men.
even
The men of the
cares?
cow.
I'm so sorry.
They're all weirder
Colin, I
looking
feel
than
so bad.
Sigmar.
They have cow helmets.
Yeah, they
it
look
hurts.
cool. They're sick. They're ancient
I
I
Greek
think they look
elves.
cool. They look cool. They're super weird.
I think also
But I
their
wouldn't play
model
them.
range
Their enemy-
looks a
the
bit
enemy-
dull. Some of their monster stuff looks good, but like a lot of their infantry characters
I'm just
look
saying,
dull.
If you get them, if you beat them in battle, you're like, right, let's milk the others. Like, oh no, the
Ooh.
Lumineth cowmen. No.
They're basic
Yeah,
infantry. They're not
it's-
supposed
yeah,
to
they're
look
supposed
like
to
the
all
most
look the
badass
same.
thing ever.
Yeah, but
That's the
it
whole
doesn't
point
like
of
the
medieval
basic
infantry.
infantry of a space marine looks good, but these don't.
Debatable.
Yeah, that's
They-
because they're getting what?
Space
Oh,
Marine.
how-
Hoplites.
What a fantasy elf!
Do you walk into like
spear
ancient
line.
history museums and go
Fancy elf
boring?
Why is
yeah,
there? Where's the
dude.
trim? Where's the trim? Why are these all the same color?
God. I just don't know if like accessibility, if it's more than like Eldar in C tier.
What? It's just elves, bro.
Yeah, but like in terms of like if someone's like new to the hobby, would they gravitate towards that?
If they like
Over-
elves, probably.
They would do the IDNF Deepkin, I think, before they would go anywhere. I think they would do
Alright.
Eldar before.
Hold on. DK, which is cooler in your opinion? IDNF Fin Men or Moo fellas?
Ocean elf or cow
the-
elf?
Ocean for sure.
Yeah, that's fair.
Exactly, I'm telling you.
Like especially
Moving
with those
on.
two pictures.
Nagash.
Nagash is
It's
boss
like
size,
this.
I think I forgot to remove him when I was editing it to make them all armies, so it's just kind of the gash here.
It's just
Nagash
Nagash.
is S tier then, surely. You only need one.
Oh yeah,
model.
in the Gash S tier.
I
top.
mean, he is
Stop
1,000 points on his own.
Yeah. Squiggies.
Orcs from
that's
Fantasy.
Fantasy
orcs,
Orcs?
orcs and goblins.
They have a new freaking book. They're back at it. I feel like orcs are A tier with dwarves and elves.
Oh, gotta be.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like orc.
Have you got
No.
to Grimgor
A tier.
Ironhide
No.
yet, DK?
A tier.
Where am I putting him?
Tier.
Top of A.
Yeah.
Right in the book.
Have you got to Grimgor Ironhide yet, DK? In your
The craziest black orc war boss that has ever existed and cannot be beaten by anyone ever.
Hell yeah.
truly
Wolf
beloved.
Doom die.
Mhm.
And
He's
then
just-
he won the end times, and everyone lived happily ever after. Oh, I
Uh,
didn't put
this
the
is-
dark elves in here.
This is also
Oh.
Dark House is out of
That's out of
production.
production.
Yeah.
Should we read
Ooh.
donations? I think we had a couple. And it's
No,
been a
Malik.
We got a
while.
few.
No Malekith.
Coffee grounds, forts, for snorting. Hal has now created the Feet Seer. Wow.
Wow.
Mm-mm-mm.
Colin will wear a green hat in 3 weeks. Colin will wear
He
a green
keeps
hat.
counting down.
Uh,
Thank you for the 5-year.
Oh, wow,
Hell,
they're
my
really-
name also, you
They're
troglodyte.
really strong tier list.
Licking
Colin, would you
keeper
be
of
honest?
secret.
Toes, suddenly feeling a tongue in your throat. You try to, wow, this is horrible. This is actually awful.
Oh no, yeah,
You
that's
try to get
bad.
it out. No
Yeah.
success, brother.
Oh boy, wow.
This is the
That's
true
I
pick
mean,
of feet.
Hashtag JK. Hashtag drug. What?
wow.
What the hell?
Someone's having a good time.
Thank you for the donations.
I love you guys. What the hell is this new tier list for? Something that wasn't just feet to
Thank you for the 5.
leave
Palate
the,
cleanser.
Yeah.
leave the slightest impression we are
To-
respectable.
Retain what fragments of our dignity we have left and
Give the impression
reputation as podcast.
we actually do
oh
know.
damn, you guys started with dignity? Damn. Where can I get some of that?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Not much. It's when
Wait,
we
wait,
gotta
wait,
have
Colin,
that
what was
lasting
the-
impression.
Colin, what was the inaugural word that the viewers ever heard on the podcast that you uttered? Do you remember?
Oh yeah, I think it was just like something ussy. Fuck.
Ussy,
Something ussy.
Elf Ussy, wasn't it?
See,
Very
Yeah.
valid.
necrosy.
Necrosy.
Oh, Necrosy. He
Yeah.
he blessed our podcast with that word. It's the first
Well, I mean,
one ever.
it is living metal, so they, you know.
I didn't say we.
Yeah.
I didn't say we started with a lot of respect.
Oh, wasn't. Coffee grounds snorting. $5. You cannot get any more living rent free than goblins currently in Boingob's skull. Truly.
Yes.
Hey, ba-boom.
There it was.
Oh, there he is.
Donkey Man USA. He did the kit bat: a Bone Ripper, a Dreadnought, and a Ball Predator tank. He's a walking utility. That's fucking
Wow.
Yeah.
God, that's
There's pics of it in the Discord. I'm pretty sure. Join the Lorecrimes Discord now.
It's
We should
fun.
remind people Bone Ripper is a rat ogre of the beloved Thanquol, if people want to know
Thanquol,
more
yeah.
about Thanquol.
Lord Delusion. Thank
He's
you for the
also
$6.99
on, like, number
Canadian
50.
dollars. Ushoran is the most glorious servant of Nagash. That's goaded. FEC is A at Flesh Eater Cults is A at minimum. I agree. Also, Colin, read Ushoran's novel. It's very good. It's probably one of the coolest
have to
models
too.
that GW has made in the past 20 years.
I have it. It's my Angron.
Baneblade is back.
Bane Blade. Bane Blade.
Crazy.
On me,
Let's say-
Lelis has Brax with the other foot
Other
this
foot.
time.
Oh no.
Set. Hal is an elven
Wow.
race.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, you
he
are.
is.
Picture too.
Yeah, DK for Hal
I
is
like
classist.
fantasy elves.
Hal is classist and racist, and I think he was against old people.
This is
How,
not
how's
true.
just like the worst?
Probably.
How's just the worst?
Damn.
And
This
And
is
also
is
remember that
really
the
bad.
emoji,
This-
the emoji of Hal in the Discord is tagged as bigot Max.
this meme
Jesus.
has gone out of hand. Honestly, Colin is not one for you though.
He's back. 3 weeks. I'm wearing the hat with the 2 arrows.
Thank you.
The Sanguinor clearly has the best covered feet. It doesn't. Does it?
Metal.
He has armored feet.
He's
He had
in
armored
armored
toes.
Yeah.
armored,
let's go
more
then.
armored toes.
Next one is Slaves to Darkness, aka Chaos in Age of Sigmar.
Probably
They're pretty
A.
good. They're pretty accessible, I would say.
They're
Again, it's
everywhere.
Chaos stuff. Has Archeon, big bad, and lots of models for their kits, lots of lore, all that good stuff.
Well, Braden,
Yeah,
the
Batman.
Lore Crimes intern, has messaged me saying, "Crazy that Saint Sabbath is not S tier. He's a big Sabbath
Wow.
Crusades fan. So maybe we wait for-
Necrons is probably at this time S tier to get into in
I
terms
feel
of like
It has to,
you know,
right?
Infinite
Everybody
great-
knows
Divine,
Necrons,
great lore,
the
Twisted
tons of-
King.
great models, easy to paint, somewhat affordable. I mean, Warhammer's not affordable, but as far as if you go to Zach
By these
Games'
standards.
website in China, they are certainly affordable. Although it's
You're
been
not
taken
sponsored,
down.
Eli.
I think you have to wait for Zach Game 7 to come up because the past 6 have been taken down. But they
Orcs.
won't keep them down. This is
Orcs,
44.
boys. Yes.
I feel like
Yeah,
it's
those
8.
are the
I feel like 8's here. I don't know why.
Yeah, because some of the models are a bit old now, aren't they? But
Okay,
I don't
top
know.
of A.
still like the funny orcs. Everyone's happy to
Yeah.
learn about orcs. That's
I feel like they're an expensive army to collect nowadays. As well.
yeah, they're. I mean, a little bit less so. They're kind of turning less of a horde army, which is weird because they're the orcs. But
yeah, my
40k
sister's
as a
horde
whole
army.
is turning
I love
into a horde
40K.
game, so it balances out.
Yeah, I love 40k. I love limitless models.
Oh.
Death
Oh,
Guard.
What orcs? What orcs?
Fantasy, Age of Sigmar.
No, those are
Sigmar.
war clans.
Yeah.
They're
They have the
still
cabbage
orcs.
head, right?
They do. They have the funny cabbage head dragon.
Yeah.
They have a cabbage head
There's nothing
dragon.
else.
Yeah, there's it's like a drake or a wyvern or something, but it just looks like lettuce.
Yeah.
Angry
Let's
lettuce.
move on.
Angry
Yeah.
Lettuce is a great name for a band. Hello, everyone. We are Angry Lettuce.
Ossiarch
it's
Bone
Kelly Boys.
Reapers. This the other undead faction, which is
Oh, they have cool minis. I
They
know
do
at
have
least
cool
that
minis.
much.
They do.
They're so dope.
They do have really cool
I might even
do.
put them top of A because I don't know, probably next
I
to the
wouldn't go
Nighthorn
top of A, but yeah, next to Nighthorn. Yeah, they're pretty.
because they're easier to
Undead
paint as
Space
well.
Marines,
Yeah,
basically.
Daughters of
Oh.
Cain. That's probably a C. I'm gonna be real.
Yeah, fair. They don't have a big model line, and I imagine they don't have a ton of lore, but
A
Nice
decent
games, though.
amount, but it's also like the draw is like 90% Marathi.
yeah. And again, it's can we have Dark Elves, please? You can have a tiny sect of Dark Elves. Wait, can we have the whole Dark Elves army? No, you can have
No.
another tiny sect of Dark Elves.
You can have Diet Drukari.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
Chikari
Diet
Live.
Druki.
Okay, well,
Druki.
the Empire of
and
Man.
Lords.
S tier for the Empire.
Yeah, you
put
kind of
that
have
up
to,
One of
there.
us-
right?
got it.
You can't.
Although,
not
Hearing
Sigmar.
the state of the game, apparently they are like by far the worst army in Old World, which is very unfortunate.
Ouch.
Where's
They
that
could be a
gunpowder
little
getting
bit
you, buddy?
better, but hey, this is right before a big war against chaos. They're gonna get
Mhm.
better.
Oh yeah. That's like,
Mag-
that's like the
Magnus
guy
the
who's
Pious
like
will save us. The cool Magnus will come soon. The one that doesn't
That's-
suck.
Yeah.
that had the same energy of the guy who's on like gambling websites. Like, no, guys, you don't understand. It'll all come
Look,
back. It'll come back in a
I'm
minute. I
sorry
promise.
you
Just
don't
keep going.
understand, Andy, that you don't lose until you leave the table.
Exactly. It's that
Oh,
meme of the guy mining
Mechanicus
through the
is
wall and then
C.
the other side. is-
Mechanic is a D, bro.
Make,
They're
Really?
extremely- they're
The amount of
extremely
models you have to
expensive.
buy to play that army.
Oh,
And apparently
yeah,
they're not that good
no.
either.
But
So-
like as a whole, though, like their lore's cool,
Yeah,
and
lore's-
there's of course Mechanicus. Bottom is C, I think, but they're not.
I was
I
gonna
don't think
say,
they're in D.
Yeah.
Pure tabletop, yes, they're like the bottom of the barrel, but everything considered,
Yeah,
I do like
they
my
are.
Red Road Martians. Easy
These
to
are
paint.
Megatkin.
Mhm.
yeah, that's the maggot kid.
Probably same place as the Hidden Knights of Slanesh.
Yeah, probably.
Should put all the chaos
Uh,
like mono god.
where are the head knights?
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
no,
you're
Yep,
on it.
there you go. You're right.
I doubted myself.
What
Wood
else?
elf.
What else?
No,
Well,
that's Sylvaneth.
Oh, these are just Sylvaneth.
This is Age of
Oh.
Sigmar.
Thumbs
Jesus.
down.
RRL, come on. Put
I'm
him in
going
C
by
tier.
your-
They have
I'm
really cool models.
Colin,
They have
I
really
don't know
cool
this
models.
faction. I'm going by your disappointed tone. I can't help.
And that's a good spot.
When oh,
There's
I
no
just,
there-
don't,
there's-
I just don't really like them as much as the regular Wood Elves, but they have cool models. They have cool models.
Yeah, but their lore really
No,
lacks.
that's more than fair. It
I
does
just
lack a
kinda-
little bit.
Sephiroth
and
I
it's
really
like
like
the
Wood Elf.
Ariel dying.
I love the guys in green cloaks Wood Elf aesthetic, and they kind of just took all of that away and made them ghosts instead, and it's really weird.
All I know about them is
Yeah.
what's it called? The life wave. There's a wave of like life.
Oh yeah,
energy
the life
spreading,
wave of Alaria.
which
Feet
randomly,
Gash that also-
randomly make
life.
certain people just pregnant sometimes in different realms.
Yeah,
What the hell's going on? Age
yeah.
Born guys.
Spontaneous pregnancy is a thing that
That's funny.
it don't matter what you got down there.
I thought Wood Elves
pregnancy
were just introverted the faction.
Mhm.
Do you put the blades of
Just
corn
beat-
next to the
Beat tier as well,
Heed
yeah.
Knights as well? It's
Ah,
like
yeah,
all the
just-
chaos ones.
Just move them up. It's corn. You
Yeah.
like
Cool
hitting
guys.
things. You're done.
Oh,
No, no,
Yeah.
no, they're pretty easy to
really?
get into
Tau?
nowadays. Tower like B tier. Tower B tier. They're really
Yeah.
easy to get into.
Like
The
that.
reason
They're starting to
and
get
denial.
they're starting to
Crisis
get
suits.
Tower D tier.
also-
I agree.
They're really
no, they're not.
cool.
He's
Okay.
not in denial. The
Mhm.
reason they would be in D tiers because everyone else always go, well, Tau attracts the most insufferable people on the planet.
Oh,
does it?
but some
I don't
normal
even mean-
people play
I don't-
Tau.
Hang on. I don't even mean just within the army. You say you like Tau, and then 5 million Black Templars fans comes out
It's
of the
true.
woodwork
It's
to
true.
say heresy at you.
Yeah,
it.
it's
Which, do
Oh,
you collect
no.
any particular factions, DK?
I have an on and off Thousand Suns bunch of minis. That's about it.
My brother.
It's
Going
over.
after Hal's
Oh,
heart.
It's over.
Yeah.
It's
Yep,
over.
yep.
I'm out.
There
Only
he goes.
joking.
Wait.
Um,
Behold, Ahriman
oh, here we
converted from Mephisto.
Get him
Oh,
out of here.
how's
Get him
that?
out of here.
How's that too? Amazing.
I thought it was
Wow.
cool, Hal.
Tower
I
B
thought it was
tier.
cool.
Tower definitely
My
B tier.
brother, I've been moved. It is cool.
Get him out of
Ahriman
here.
Mephisto.
Go away.
Oh, he's gone again. No, no.
Damn.
In hell, I
That's a
paint good.
shame.
I know how to paint.
Mhm.
I feel like once you pay enough Thousand Suns, you kind of have to get good at painting, right? Like
I've
you
had
have
to
no
read-
choice.
After
had
you
to
put in a
read
shift into
mine.
trim mines.
I'm gonna go play
Yeah,
a Warhammer
to be
World,
fair,
and it's you had to have your fully army painted. So
Mhm.
I've been trimming it up.
To be fair, if you consider the Thousand Suns in the round, what else do they have other than the painting? There's not much else. So,
Mhm.
It's
the
kinda
main,
it.
our premier character sucks. Our Primarch suck. We got no characters because they're all ghosts and machines.
Yeah, but it's
Psychic-based
cool how they
stuff.
got that
Tyranids.
way in their
Tyranids
aesthetics.
are probably B or A tier.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah. I mean,
I
they
feel
were in
like
Space
they have
Marines
so much
too.
variety that it might be kind of hard to figure
They
out.
are the
what-
launch box set as well.
Yeah, after
Plus,
Space
it's
Marine
like-
2, it's kind of hard
They're
not to
expensive.
get A or S,
Yeah.
right?
kind of expensive, I
Plus,
think.
they are,
People
but
like
it's like
Gribbly
getting
Gloobers.
into just like starting them, just basic. You buy the combat patrols. Like, you like Alien? Yeah.
Yeah, it's really understandable
They're
for a lot
cool.
of people because they
Are
look
you
like
hungry?
xenomorphs from
Do
Alien.
you want to know their lore? Yeah. Okay. What are they about? They eat. Oh, cool. Yeah, cool. So
You will have to contend with 1 million losses in your own codex every release, but
I didn't hear no bell. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Spend more money
Ooh,
on
vampires.
Vampire camps are out of production.
firmly out of production, Andy.
Oh,
Oh, I
It's
do
really
love
sad. All
Ogres
my
are also out of
Gutmen.
production.
Out of
Oh,
production.
no, but the ogres are so fun.
They are
Oh,
so
yeah.
fun, but
Warriors
you
of
don't
Chaos
get
gotta
them.
be A tier.
Fantasy
Warriors
Warriors
of
of Chaos.
I would say S tier, honestly.
Sure.
because they have
They're
a
the bad
full
guys.
kind of range as well.
Yeah, they got a full range. They're an army. You can get them for Old World now, and they're the reason GW has the hard on for the power armor looking fellas. They were the first,
Mm.
and it sold really
They're
well.
freaking cool.
Fair.
And they're bloody good. You can get some of the Age of Sigmar stuff and just chop it into your fancy thing as well.
There's the Wood Elves.
What
Yeah.
else?
What else?
Probably B or A tier. I don't know,
production?
probably B tier. No, they're
they
they're
are
in
now.
production
How-
now. I was just looking
how
at their
are the
web
Wood Elves
store,
now?
wondering spending
That does make
$800
sense.
instead of a house down payment. So
We're almost there, boys. Almost there. Come on. We're so close.
B or A, probably. I mean, if I
Emperor's Children. Now,
yeah, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
Emperor's Children and World Leaders, I feel like are in B or C even because they barely have any models. And apparently, in the new World Eaters, rules are apparently like really depressingly bad.
Angron is going through it rough.
The new World Eaters meta is to bring Forge Fiends and shooting units. That's how much they hate.
Oh, that's not. Oh, that's bad.
That's how much CW
Oh no!
I have a World Eaters army. This is the only codex I am going to be having this edition because I refuse to have 3 Forge Fiends, 2 Hell Brutes, which I don't own, and then no Angron, and then just some.
If you need enough to say that 10th edition sucks, you just have to look at the World Eaters stuff. And it's over.
Just because the World Eaters have to suffer all the time doesn't mean I have to.
Yeah.
They made me give up on the army, but to be fair, abundant amounts of lore for World Eaters and Emperor's Children.
Yeah.
Huge amount.
Again, it's everything. I'm counting, getting their lore too.
Again, it comes with Fulgrim and
Army-wise,
new Primarch model release and all that stuff for Emperor's Children.
World Eaters I'd put in C right now just because of that, honestly.
Remember, like from a new person's perspective, they're not caring about the meta that much though. So I think
but it's hard to lose every game and still have fun when you start.
That's a bit of a downer, losing every game.
What are you talking about? I'm still playing Eldar.
Yeah,
but the lore is good though. The lore is good.
The lore is good.
Here's a novel concept. I'm busting for a week, so I'm gonna I'm gonna let you guys chat about this,
right?
And then I'll come back and I'll face them because me need wee.
Sure, go ahead, Andy.
Okay, farewell, Andy.
Now we get to fight with DK and Hell over the Thousand Suns placement.
Thousand Suns gotta be B tier too, right?
What?
No. They had Thousand Suns and Death Guard have the best lines, to be fair, because World Eaters and Emperor's Children have nothing. But I think Thousand Suns still don't have that much, and they didn't get like anything new. They got one new thing.
What do we have? We have the Sekitar robots, which by the way I'm not using.
Yeah,
I'm using is it the Colonel Hunters, the tree bowmen from Age of Sigmar. They are in fact my proxy model, and they are sitting on my desk.
I still don't think those look that bad. Like if we're judging though.
I agree. I think they look kind of dope. I think maybe it's just a bad color scheme that they showed them off in. I think if you got a proper paint job on them and maybe change the stumpy gun arm a little bit, they're fine. Right? They're not that bad.
DK, there's a guy on Instagram who did a rendition of it. Like in the lore reasons, they're supposedly like hybrids of like Blackstone because they're like, we can't go near things because we're psychos, so they send in the robots.
Mm-hmm.
There's a guy who's painted it so that they look like there's like glowing black stone within these new Sekitar robots, and it actually does look pretty sick.
Yeah, see, they just
need a
like,
paint job.
Yeah, like they do like a little goofy, but I feel like it's like the fun Warhammer goofy, not pure just ass.
I will say that 4,000 Suns, not having a huge range is a bonus because you don't have to buy like a what I mean. You're buying Rubric Marines and you're buying Magnus. But also the downside is trim. The trim. You know what I mean? It is truly like it takes me so long to get my army like ready. So I'd honestly probably put it in like low B.
Yeah. Magnus is a big
sad
project.
How do we feel?
Yeah. Low B, Andy.
How do we feel about a nice B?
Compromise. That's fine.
Siege Demons can go with the rest of the other. I think they.
The generic.
I have a DJ Beast message for the Deceiver feat tier list, by the way. This is his Deceiver argument. All I'm going to say is his entire thing is tricky in line, and he can shapeshift. Also, looking at his model, you can't exactly see his feet because of the flowing robes. That's the mystique of it. It's the adrenaline and thrill of finding out a mystery. I wanted him A or S.
But the Deceiver's not going to give you good feet, is the thing, because he's the Deceiver.
No.
Yeah.
He's half-assed.
I think they're actually.
You thought I was giving you feet, and these are actually hands.
GW,
the betrayal is
GW has a massive boner for Death Guard. I don't know why. They constantly get new things. Their rules are always seem to be really good.
I think part of that
is.
I think they're A tier.
It used to be Corn, but now Nurgle's kind of overtaking him as their go-to god.
But all their new models to come out with, I think, look dumb. I don't know.
But the thing is about Death Guard, they're the most obviously grimdark thing. It's like,
but they don't
the
even look
guts spilling out. You got,
anymore.
but it's like they got the guts hanging out. They're undead-ish. They're horrible. They're like the. If you were to fight any of the 4, you wouldn't want to fight Nurgle because they stank and they look disgusting.
They do stink.
At least Khorne cut your head off and Siege turn you into like a potion, and Slanesh turn you into a chair. But these guys turn you into like a dribbly gribbly.
Hey,
I'm not
a
a fan of
happy
that.
Ghibli Gribbly. Thank you very much.
Can that
They're
go
I don't think I'd be
above
happy
the
as
Nighthorn?
Gribbly Gribbly.
Eventually, you would be.
Death Guard are
Above
totally A
Nighthorn.
tier. Death Guard are totally A tier.
Lower in
Yeah.
A tier, but like
Yeah.
No, I think above the Nighthorn even. Actually, no, maybe just below the Nighthorn. Because
I think it's easier to get into Knights.
they're easy to paint as well. A bad paint job is a good paint job.
yeah, that's true.
That's true. Same with the orcs.
If it looks like vomit,
Dip it in
you're
the bowl.
doing it right.
Go to your local sewer and just dip it in. Like it's even easier than slap chop. Look, like,
And they have
Yeah.
cool
I read
lore.
a story about a guy who painted his Death Guard models with poop.
Oh my god.
Oh no!
Really,
It
you know
was
what?
a joke. It
Hero,
was a joke.
Hero. Hero.
You know what?
You're like,
You know
these
what?
Death Guard models, I bet they still look properly messed up.
Here's a fun fact for anyone who's a fan of the band called Kiss. You know the rock band. They had a limited run of comics where the red pigment was their own blood, and it's very hard to
Oh.
come by.
I
Yeah.
feel like I heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know,
Did they do that
Colin,
with some fucking
Yeah.
sneakers or something where they were
Gene
putting, like,
Simmons,
celebrities' blood in the sneakers? Or
Gene-
something?
Oh man.
Gene Simmons, the only like artist who's ever like, hey, do you want to get a Kiss branded coffin? Come and have a look. Like, wow, Gene, you'll sell anything.
So we really brought down the
Lizardman.
mood of the feet.
Those
tier.
no.
no,
Seraphon.
the Seraphon, put them in A tier.
Yeah, they're really cool.
Do you like Aztec lizards riding
Ow.
dinosaurs? You've sold the army.
I love their lore too. I love the lizard.
Yeah,
Like, what if we did Exodites properly?
yeah.
Should we put them like mid or are they kind of bad?
No,
They're good.
It's not a huge range.
We're getting progressively higher.
put them
Oh,
super
yeah.
S tier.
Right here?
I can live with that.
All right.
If he hits another
Oh,
octave, we're
Volton.
gonna-
Oh god, I'm
The
ready.
most battered faction of the last decade.
They're
Wow.
basic and they have plenty. They have a decent model range. I think they're really
No,
easy to get
do
into.
not put
Yeah.
them in
Let's
D
upset
tier.
Mr.
They're really,
Bones.
they're
Stop.
really easy to
All
get
right.
into.
It is
I don't
forgetting
like them, but they're
you.
really easy to get into.
Like
Their
fine,
eyes are so close together, and yet you still can't even see a good army.
I'm just saying, if even GW were like, hey, do you like this mini? Within a year, we're going to make it non-playable because they don't have rule sets that make it work.
Mhm.
This
I'm going to say it. Votan Dismemberment was an inside job. They are intentionally trying to make this faction hard to play because they're like, oh, we're not selling enough. Let's make them obtuse. So
Mm.
nobody
this
buys
is
them.
this is Schrodinger's faction.
all right, well, see,
this is kind of a faction. It's
this is-
a waste of
I-
it's a
yeah,
waste
but
of lore, waste of resources. It should be immediately annihilated.
there should be
on
10 more
my
airmen
brain.
books. That's what they should
My
be
brain.
doing instead.
Oh,
We need another argument.
I
on the
hate
bus.
Araman. I hate Araman. Screw
My
that guy.
my toys aren't being updated. I'm angry.
I am Aggie.
Yeah.
I like the
God.
Votan. Well, all I know about the Votan is they have really cool lore. But I don't know how they're on the table.
That's crazy. That's crazy, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. They have
Where's it
one book.
going?
They
They
do
have a
have
single
to
one.
though. They're like
Where are they
super-
going?
They're like super hyper capitalist. Eat your planet for because they want it fun.
Yeah, that's peak grimdark, right?
Yeah,
No.
it's not expanded upon, but it's cool.
Yeah,
There.
yeah.
They're
There's a
cool.
line-
They're cool for
and
5
they're-
minutes, and then
and
you're
they're-
done reading
they're
their
big-
lore.
Their
There's
big
a line-
soul core thing, AI things that like
Yeah.
Imperium should absolutely annihilate them for, but they're too stupid to do it.
AI
Come
dwarf
on.
ancestor gods. It
Yes,
is cool. It should be
exactly,
actually expounded on, but what they have is cool.
100%.
How's
I've not read
dildo
the High Calls Earth.
consequences
I will
rarely
reserve
arrives
judgment for them.
lubed, and I
They
wish
should be at least B because all you need to get
Yeah.
into them is having played Deep Rock Galactic.
Power Miner Lego? Yeah.
There
Do you like
go.
dwarf? Cool.
I've
Yeah,
lost
all right.
respect.
B for
These
dwarf.
silly calls
Gene's
pretty
pretty hard to get
D.
into. They're expensive because you have to
Ooh.
buy all the characters, and every
Ooh.
character is $50, and you need like.
and
8
that's coming
characters.
from their number one fan, which is saying
They are my
something.
favorite army, but GW ruined them, so I don't play them anymore. They went
Hmm.
from like a high IQ, really hard to play army to throw bodies at the problem until you're done, and now it's really lame. They were the only army that actually made positioning in the game matter and flanking and stuff matter. But then GW decided that they hate strategic gameplay, and so they got rid of it. So I don't know. Their lore, they have very little books. They're just the bad guy usually. I think C tier is.
I'm traumatized by the Votan.
Their models sure are freaking cool though.
All the people that like good decisions at Games Workshop are moving over to fantasy and then AOS.
We only have one book. That's it.
They have one main book around them.
I read that book and I love that too. I didn't realize that was like the only book.
Well, they have other books technically, but they're just the bad guys in all the other books.
They're the antagonists, so you can't say they're bad books.
Yeah,
there's a Caiaphas Cain book about them, but it's not about them.
The problem with Tyranids / Gene Stealers, you could do a story, but like Tyranids, you're gonna do like a novel about old One Eye. Are you?
Yeah.
Like orcs have sentience. They are like personalities.
There's no
but
character
like
in Tyranids.
you can't do one about a Norn queen.
Yeah,
it won't work.
They do it from the perspective of someone that survived it or is currently fighting them,
which is the niche of Gene Stealers. But they're destined to be eaten. If they win, they get eaten. We get no more books.
Not every time, technically.
All right, actually,
actually,
there has been sightings of Gene Stealer called flying alongside Tyranid bioships.
All right. Let him have a Necromunda book. Then vampires,
rude
vampires.
With
red one.
That's the Soulblight Grave Lords. I would say low A because again the buried entry is zombies and vampires. You do not need much investment to figure out if you're gonna like them. Plus their models have largely been updated from fantasy and they're all cool and new.
Fleshy to course. All new stuff as well, particularly.
Really freaking cool models.
I actually have.
To be fair, there's not that much lore on them. Well, there's a new book to be fair, but I think they don't have much more than that.
But it's accessible because there's not like a ton of backlog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Even with like a lot of the 40k stuff, I'm sure like there's a reason why like we have to have like podcasts and lore channels because it's just like Jesus Christ, it's a massive barrier of entry in terms of things. Whereas like Fleshy to Course is like, oh, you can actually get quite a lot from their codex things, or there's the one or few novels where it's like, okay, I've done it. Perfect. And they look sexy as hell.
Yeah.
My undead boy. What's the next one there, Andy?
China.
Cathay.
China number one. China number one.
Now.
S tier.
All right, well, that's definitely a confident placement.
It's just
they just got a shitload of new stuff that looks dope as hell too.
You mean they're getting vest? As in, like they didn't have stuff before.
Yeah.
All I want to say is I'm very ignorant of the cafe lore and the miniatures in general.
It's
not the most all I'm going to say is like,
but
it's sexy.
To be fair, as a beginner, this is probably the easiest fantasy army to get into now. Because it's brand new.
Yeah, they were the highlight of coming out Warhammer 3. It follows like the human Warhammer fantasy formula of real life civilization in fantasy world. So do you have a passing interest in ancient China? There you go. There's not. I would not say S tier. I don't think I can say S tier because the army isn't out yet.
Fine, A tier. Then top of it. It's really easy.
I'd say low mid A, honestly.
Because it'll be easy to get into them because it'll be everywhere. It's the new thing.
Should we put it like here? So they're better than Death. Yeah, we already have these that we can draw.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
The other were a couple of
Necromunda.
Necromunda, you need like 50 books to play, but apparently it's really fun.
No, put it in C tier. The biggest problem with Necromunda is finding another human being to play Necromunda.
Necromunda sounds like you like to talk about Necromunda.
No one cares.
Like drugs. It's like, listen, it's really hard to get into, but once you do, it's really fun.
Yep.
It's not legal, but you'll enjoy it. Huh?
Aeronautica Imperialis has the same issue, but even less people play it.
It's dead. It's gone.
Yeah.
It's dead. It's out of production now, I think.
Imperialis. What even is that?
It's an airplane game.
What do you want to play?
Ace Combat 40K.
Cool.
There's a Star Wars version, isn't there, of like playing X-Wings and TIE Fighters?
X-Wing.
Yeah.
That one's a lot bigger than Imperialis. It is called X-Wing, yeah.
Wow.
And then there's Armada, which is the Battlefleet Gothic type thing. I really want to play Battlefleet Gothic. I saw the picture.
Speaking of, out of production.
Oh,
but
That's out
but
of
it
production.
was cool.
It
Blood
sure
Bowl
is.
S tier. S
Oh,
tier.
it has
is
to
S
be.
tier.
I mean, that has to be S.
Top of S tier.
It's its own little standalone game,
on.
and people like it.
It's
Football.
footy.
It's
You
not
only
even
need
football.
football. It's hand.
Remember,
claws.
it's not football. It's football.
Football.
You have to say it like that because there's a distinction between the two. Not
Football.
Football.
It's good old hand
Football.
act,
Here-
right?
You say it's not football, yet it's curious that there is no Soccer Games Workshop game,
No.
and they chose football.
I'm just saying. There's
Curious.
This is football and football. This is football, and that's fine. It is what it is.
I'm just saying. I mean,
football.
what is it?
I'm just saying, if
we're
we
up
get
to-
like a Blood Bowl skin in FIFA, I'm sure it would sell. But then, like, there'd be a bajillion FIFA players going, "What's a Warhammer?" I don't know.
I'm just saying. 59 Super Bowls, 59 US wins.
Gee.
Yeah, easy.
Was it? Did you guys call it? Was it the World Championship or something?
No,
Yeah,
that's the
World
Super Bowl.
Championship of America.
all of our
From
damn
from the East Coast to the West Coast of the US, the World Championship.
The world
All the part of the world that
championship,
matters, baby.
Hell yeah, brother.
Oh, dear.
Really?
Oh, dear.
Right. I feel like I can already hear the
We're sending you to the
helicopters,
Neverrealm.
You know, like from what's the Vietnam War film? It's like a ding, ding,
Yeah,
ding, ding.
Oh, Ride of the Valkyries.
Yeah.
Adeptus Titanicus, put that in D tier again. Find me another human being playing it.
Yeah, it probably deserves C tier because it's newish.
Is that
Warcry-
just like, hey,
Warcry-
we know you want to play as Titans, but they're too big and
I
expensive.
just saw the little
Yeah, but
like
you don't want to
it-
spend.
You want to spend
I'm
$8
just saying,
million on an army?
I went to
Yeah.
Warhammer World and saw the teeny itty bitty white scars, and I was like, oh, they look so stupid. They're so tiny. They've got little faces. I was like, oh, am I going to paint this? Blob, blob, blob. Done.
Speaking,
Like,
speaking
they're
of epic,
useless.
I imagine that's our next one. Dude.
Warcry.
We don't have it.
Warcry
Uh,
and
no,
Kill
it-
Team. To be fair, this is designed to be the accessible game.
I've heard it's really good. This is Kill Team, but for
Yeah.
fantasy or
I
Sigmar.
don't think
Yeah.
this one probably goes top of like it goes pretty high in A.
Yeah.
Because it's just one unit. It's just one group of like unique models, and they come with all the rules with them.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's as in like in terms of accessibility.
Yeah.
It's obviously not an army, but
What more do you need?
yeah,
No,
I think
I
Kill
think-
Team-
I
Kill
do
Team
know
pretty
people
good.
who play. I do know people who play the Epic game, whatever it's called now.
I think it is
Armageddon
just
or
like
not Armageddon.
Titanicus or something. They
Yeah,
kinda
I do know people who
merged them.
play it, and I would love to play it if it weren't just Horus Heresy. I want the old epic. I want all the old epic armies that they had. I don't want to play freaking Space Marines.
GW is trying to take a Warcry out back.
Oh no.
Oh man, but
They've
people
done that
play
for-
it.
People do play it, but for some reason GW has endless hate for Age of Sigmar specialist games. I don't know
I feel
why.
like Warcry
Legions.
it's just like they're equivalent of doing like the infamous Diablo things. Like, do you guys have phones? And I was like, no, I want to play big armies. I want to play big armies of bajillion units. Oh, okay.
I think Kill Team can go
Kill Team
basically
could
right
probably
next
just
to
go.
that.
Yeah.
I enjoyed Kill Team. I played it once.
Was that then-
twice? It was good.
We have is it Mordheim and then Lizardman.
Oh yeah, Lizardman, because I
where's this
kind
one
of
going?
I just put it next to Warcry. Whatever
Yeah,
order,
okay.
they're functionally the same thing.
Mordheim.
production.
Not the exact, but
But there is
out of
there's a
production.
fan base
Out
for
of
That
that.
is such a shame.
You can play the Steam game.
You can play the Steam game and you can find rules online, but if nothing officially, it has been erased from history. It's the most fun game Games
Wow.
Workshop has ever put out, and then they shot it with fantasy. I think
Yeah.
before fantasy was End Times, they got rid of it.
I think Lizardman.
It got
Love
Bambied.
doing that, don't they? It's like, are you having
Yeah.
fun with this thing? Are we making money off of it? God, what a dumb idea.
Seriously.
What are you
Seriously.
thinking?
GW has
Liz-
endless hate for their fan base is very
Lizardman could probably go next to Lizardman.
No, they're out of production.
They're out of
Oh,
production.
never
If you
mind.
want
It's out
the
of
classic
production, Andy.
Lizardman and
Vampire.
fantasy.
Fine.
Legacy
I'm
army
gonna
for
put them
you,
a bit
bozo.
Yeah.
They'll come back. They'll come back.
Well, I guess that's
Oh,
us then.
and that was that.
Very nice.
We did, in
Wow.
fact,
Well,
do a sensible tier list and then a feet tier list.
No, you
No, we
reversed
did the
that
other way
order.
around.
You reversed what we
History.
started with.
Okay. That being said, though, I don't have any more donations just to finish it off, Andy.
we do have
round out.
a few. We have a few. First one from Michael Petlick
Thank you.
for $5. I like Tau in large part because it triggers those kind of Black Templars fans.
Yes, sir.
Ooh.
I
Yeah,
feel the
you do
same
like
way
that.
about the Space Wolves.
Playing mind
If you
games.
want to, if you want to meet the most annoying Tau and Imperium fans, just bring up the Damocles Crusade. It's like moths to a fire.
Well, actually, we did really good, and actually, we won that.
Excuse me,
Everyone
White
says
Scars are
that.
involved.
Everyone actually
White-
won the Damocles Crusade.
White Scars involved, therefore Imperium win. I was going to say.
And therefore, the
who would like
White
to
Sky.
read
Oh my god!
We're not biased in any way.
Yeah, I'll keep going. I've done the last two. Crush my skull with your thighs, little Hesperax. This is my last super chat. My head is now pulled. Thank you.
Thank you, Bane
Thank
Blade. Heronzo were the $5 AI koala PFP. And no lube, no protection all night from the kitchen to the bath to the dining table, vertically, horizontally, quadratic. Morathi can top me. :
Wow.
Colon.
Colon.
Damn, the colon really
Wow.
likes that Morathi.
I know what I'm about.
He understands.
I
himself.
know who I am.
I think there's one
Oh.
last one there by
One last one from Blake.
Thank you.
Blake Rush, 5 Canadian. Do you think any of you guys could create a canon story / novel for Black Library? And if so, what would it be about?
How was?
Hell cannon, obviously.
We cannot reveal
I want
Hal's
to.
secrets.
I do have I've been making up. I hope to do that one day eventually. Just in the future, transition from the YouTube side of it to the creation side. I don't want to tell anyone my stories because like my ideas, because I wonder if they'll like be nicked essentially. So I don't want to. You gotta keep a lot of them.
Oh,
I would like to have a Phoenix Lord fight a Primarch and make an actually good Eldar book.
good luck.
Because the Phoenix Lords are Primarch tier. It's true. GW just hates the Eldar.
I think I would say though Iron Hands something because Iron Hands need some more lore.
Or good talent.
I had a discussion with Dredden on I want to write a Beastman book about an Imperial Ecclesiarchy squad of Beastmen who are drafted by the Ecclesiarchy.
I was
And we
muted.
discussed it, but it's good fun. Colin, what do you want to write?
I said, God bless you for doing that, Andy. Someone has to be in their corner.
Well, again, we had a discussion, and I thought it'd be a really fun idea. We detailed it on the episode we did on the second channel, but it was like I want to do a Beastman episode. Why not?
I feel like
For the Goat
Beastman-
Emperor.
Beastman would be a good like Gene Stealer Cults dynamic where they put all this effort in and you create
Whoa.
this whole story and then they just lose. But it could still be a good story.
Well, I know what the free arc structure would be, and I know what it would be about. I just have to go and write it. So we'll see. We'll see.
I like the idea of a slight inverse of Caiaphas Cain, where he's a Tzeentch cultist, but he keeps failing. But I realize
Wait, you're just trying to do your equivalent of Banquil.
You've written that quote.
Well,
Yeah.
but he fails successfully. This one is like it is always going
That's
wrong.
true. I want
Good.
a JoJo style manga about Thankful.
Oh, that is
convert a
Gross.
Gotrek and Felix novel to a manga and make it like JoJo.
That'd be awesome.
I
Complete
think
nonsense.
you're the first person to ever say that
Oh
sentence.
my god!
And I'm glad I did.
Do you think they could be like any guy like they did an animation for some of the Warhammer stuff though? Do you think they could?
You get Studio Trigger on that.
I mean, God, I think like if they did like the actual the anime. They did a thing of those episodes of Star Wars, but they gave it to like different Japanese, like those ones.
Yeah.
Um,
Or Halo.
Or
the
Halo,
animated
Halo Legends.
anthology. Yeah, Halo Legends.
it'd be cool if they did like a Warhammer version where it's just Japanese interpretations from studios of like Warhammer things. That'd be because obviously they did Secret Level, and that was cool to see. So hopefully there's more stuff like that.
Yeah, but then it gets stuck on Warhammer Plus, and
Yeah. It's
Have you? This is the big question. then.
Fiddle-dee-dee.
yeah,
DK, have you ever logged into Warhammer Plus?
nope. I never even gave it a single solitary thought.
very good.
Fair enough. Poor GW out there. They managed to make it a success by
Poor
tying it
GW, don't
into.
say that.
It is the app now. It is in fact tied into the app. Therefore, it is successful. Because if you
And to be fair, their vault is very for if you're a lore YouTuber, because you can get all the White Dwarf issues, all the not the codexes, but a lot of like old Warzone Fenris. I was just there, like, this is really good. I just wish they put the codexes on there as well, because it should be there.
Yeah.
Put the codexes on Warhammer Vault. It makes sense.
CTF assets, my beloved.
That being said, there, everyone, a big thank you to DK for joining us for the feat
Coming
tier
on,
list.
my man.
Hell
Beloved.
yeah!
We-
Thank you for
We
having
hope you had
me.
a good time.
If
Yeah,
you
was
ever
lovely to
invite
have
me
you.
back, for God's sakes, leave the feet out.
Yeah, this is our mean one.
Rain Hal in.
You know what's
We'll
funny? You
overrule
guys
him.
could all have
Yeah.
said no.
I made another one. Second one, I made that.
Literally the whole time that you could.
I'm very sure I did not strong arm people. I said I suggested it, and people went, "Oh, what a weird, what a horrible idea!
all
What
I
a
heard
weird
was,
idea."
"Oh,
Guess I'll turn
all
up.
I heard was Hal is strong arming us into this. He's forcing it on us.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would have never.
As-
He's
as
done
like,
it."
forces are like, they were
I
already
had this
walking in the
idea,
direction.
and here's the thumbnail, and here's the ideas. Oh, okay.
Wow,
Look.
the plausible deniability is strong.
The gaslighting from
Look,
Lorecrimes is strong.
I make my bed and lay in it. You make your bed and you're trying to make me lay in it.
Yeah, but apparently the feet stick out the end of the bed. Thank you guys for watching,
No,
for
I'm short.
listening. Appreciate you all, love you all. We have
Thank
merchandise, and obviously we have the
you.
Discord,
Boy up,
and of course,
boy up.
big thank you to DK. Obviously, everyone pretty much knows, but obviously, Adeptus Ridiculous.
Oh, I
is,
Thank you for
Right, oh,
having me.
my
I
most
appreciate it.
my most important of questions. I need to keep remembering this. DK.
Yeah.
This will determine how the attitude I leave this call with.
Bretonnia is awful.
All right, well, never. All right, well, you're saving it. Your brownie points, but no, it's not Warhammer related.
Oh,
What's your favorite zombies map?
Call of
oh
Duty.
boy. I've never played a Call of Duty's game in my life.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh well, it was lovely to have you, DK. Thanks
Yeah,
so much
cheers,
for being a
man.
guest.
Cheers, thanks. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Crazy.
One day we will have a real COD
Defeat.
Zombies player
Defeat.
fan.
Defeat, that was the tier list. We had just
Ah!
Yeah.
Budum Tish.
Thank you everyone for listening, watching, all that good stuff, and we'll catch you guys on the next one for normal podcast topics, regular topics. See you guys. Peace.
Bye bye. I love you.
Farewell.
Thanks
Bye.
Like and subscribe.
Adios.